Hello. Hi, everyone. Give me 1 second. Just 1 second. I know I'm like, what, 4 minutes late? Just a second, okay? I gotta fix something. Oh. Okay. Oh, hi, everyone. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Gotta love Saturdays, right? Saturdays are good. Well, for most of us. I think some of us actually still have to work, right? Uh, you know, travails of capitalism, etc. Um, how is everyone doing? How is everyone doing? Let's see who we got here, shall we? Let's see who we got here. We got it's snowing. Oh, I'm sorry, Doug. That's awful. Hello in your groove. Hello in your groove. Hello, Diego. Glad to see you here, Diego. All right. Hello, Hiyori. Hello, Hiyori. Hey to you as well, Hiyori. Um, let's see here. Yeah, I right, Dolly Boy. Dolly Boy, you're like one of the originals now, obviously. Like you've been around for a while, okay? I've only been doing this what, 5 months now? And you've been here for like I'm not good at math, but you a significant portion of it, okay? Very good. Okay. Hello, Weirdomorphous Blob. Hello. I always love your little octopus. Love it. Love the octopus. It's very, very you, Weirdomorphous Blob. Okay. Um, Also, great description for an octopus. Kind of a weirdomorphous blob, isn't it? Okay. Hello, Victoria. Hello, Victoria. How's the weather down there, Victoria? Because I suspect it is quite a bit nicer than it is here. Anyway, okay. Thank you very much for resubscribing here, Dolly Boy. Okay. Oh, that's true, Hiyori. Ugh. My apologies. I'm so sorry. Well, that actually might be good for you, though. Snow can also be very frustrating, although flood's not great. Flood's not great. We do get flooding here too, of course, as Doug points out, but maybe not as severely as I don't know. But okay. All right, guys. Hello. Saturdays are fun. So the first thing we're gonna do. By the way, I no one has complimented my cute Christmas sweatshirt. What is going on here? Look at the cute Christmas sweatshirt I have on. Look at it. It's kind of Christmassy. Look at that. Isn't that cute? It's kind of cute, right? I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait till someone says something. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I during December. I like the, wearing, like, sweatshirts and, like, those little like, cute little Christmas sweatshirt type shit. Okay, anyway. Alright, enough of that insanity. Thank you, Dolly Boy, thank you. See, there you go. Now we can continue. Thank you, Dolly Boy. You know how it is, Dolly Boy. Okay, um, hello, Diego. Alright, guys. So, we, we're gonna do something, damn it, Weirdomorphous Blob, you know too. Okay, it is a bit itchy, I got to admit. But I have something on underneath it so that it is not so itchy. Thank you, Sir Bartholomew. I believe that compliment 100%. I have no doubts in your sincerity in it. Okay, thank you, Sir Bartholomew. Okay, so oh, that not okay, not bad, Victoria, not bad, at least compared to here. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. So we're going to so the first thing we're gonna do is uh, uh oh, that's funny, Victoria. I guessed it was like 70 degrees. Okay, so I was off by like 12, but fair. Hello, SoCal. Okay, hello, SoCal. Um, all right. So what we're gonna do first, folks. I know I'm a complete asshole. You don't need to compliment my sweatshirt, people. I'm just joking with you. I was just excited because I just found it and I forgot I had it. And then I threw it on right before I got on here. Anyway, um, okay, there you go. There you go, global. I'm not sure what that means, but it does kind of sound funny. All right. Um, oh, thank you. There you go, Victoria. Thank you. See, that's what I'm looking for, Victoria. Okay. So the first thing we're gonna do, okay. The first thing we're gonna do, oh, I'm insufferable. Okay. Is I made a brief Kahoot for us to play. It is not like a regular Kahoot because I don't know if we've had enough content yet to do a regular. Um, uh, uh, I know what lindo means. I used to date someone who spoke Portuguese regardless, and so I know some of the words that she said there. I know what lindo is. I know what, gustazo means. Okay, anyway, All right. So we're gonna do a cute little. Why am I using the word cute so much? What's wrong with me? We're gonna play Kahoot today, okay? But it'll be a very short Kahoot, okay? And hello, Trump failed, by the way. Have I said hello to you? Um, honestly, probably. I gotta be. Your Kahoot answers are ready in your groove. Great. Honestly, Global, it probably is made with slave labor. As a matter of fact, I can probably look at it and find out. I don't know, probably like made in Malaysia or something. Alas, one of the worst things about capitalism is you're sort of forced into that system. Regardless, I'm not excusing it, but okay, I'm sure almost all of us wear clothing uh uh made by slave labor. Anyway, okay. Um we this is all right, so let's do this. So let me pull it up here. We will start here. Again, this is kind of a fun one. You'll notice that the title of the it's cute how you keep cutely using cute to make things cute. Thank you, SoCal. All right. So we're gonna play a Kahoot. Now, let me pull it up here so you guys can actually see it, and I will copy and paste the link here into chat. Okay. Thank you. Oh, okay. Um, okay, yeah, there you go. They're not ethical, but see, like that's the thing, folks. I think a lot of for the lefties out there, even for the liberals out there, you can disagree with me on this. I think we're way too judgmental of people who would use non-unionized, purchase non-unionized things or purchase things created in sweatshops. Like it's especially for those who don't have much money, it's impossible to escape, right? Like or anyway, but so the issue is the system, not necessarily the individuals in that system. Now, if you have the means to not buy those things, maybe you shouldn't, but okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. So here we go. I'm posting in here. And also, by the way, is sort of a way of passing off responsibility from the elites to every person. There you go. 100% weird amorphous blob. Exactly. Okay. Exactly. That's much. I can tell you're a writer, weird amorphous blob. You phrased that better than I could. Okay. So um, yeah, exactly. Or they'll always be like, make sure you recycle. Okay, recycling is important. I'm just saying, like, even though it's not really working anymore. Um, uh, yeah, there you go, Doug. But then there's also we blame ourselves for like global warming and things like that, even though that just a lot of politicians love making it seem like you need to be the one who doesn't consume. You. Well, we barely are contributing to that compared to corporate entities and other things. And again, it's really hard to when that's the only thing you can. Okay, whatever. I'm on a tangent. This is Saturday. Exactly, Dolly Boy. It's Saturday, right? It's Saturday. So I will shut up now. This Kahoot is going to be you notice the title of the stream is "Are You Smarter Than a Middle Schooler?" So many of these questions are questions that if you went through middle school, you should know the answers to. Now, not all of them. There's like maybe one or two where I may have adultified it. No, it's okay. I'm joking, folks. We can have negative vibes on a Saturday. We do live in this world at this moment, right? But fair enough, Dolly Boy. But I guess I'm trying to refocus on the Kahoot here. No, guys. Oh, great. That's fantastic, Dolly Boy. I'm very happy for you. Okay. There is one question in here about one of our members, one of our established community members who's with us now. Or, I shouldn't say that. That might give it away. So we'll see who it is. Anyway. Next week we'll have a real Kahoot where we do review about the things I've taught. I didn't feel there was enough content to do a real Kahoot, so this one is sort of a fun one. Yeah, and guys, this is the Hiyori. That's okay. You have to understand too. This is written from an American curriculum, so if you're not in America, there might be a couple questions you don't get right. Also, if you're an American, this is why I'm doing this. Okay, it's because by the time we are our age, folks. You're gonna JDH. By the time we are you're our age, you're gonna forget some of the stuff you learned. Okay, it's nothing to blame on you. It's just sort of to be fun. Okay, this is just meant to be kind of fun. But willing. I am excited to humiliate all of you, though. Hello, Jonas. Hello, Jonas. Hello, JDH. Okay. I am also making. I'm have some tea that I'm kind of making still. So right now we got JDH, Elliot Waffles, Dog Zord, Hiyori, Weirdomorphous Blob, and In Your Groove. Fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes here. Happy Saturday for those who have arrived. All right, happy Saturday. By the way, I don't think I've set a goal or anything. I'll do that now while we wait. So yes, Sempre Tyrannus. I love it. Okay. Whoever did that's nerdy, and I appreciate the historical reference. Okay. By the way, whenever I call anyone nerdy, it's a compliment. I just want to point that out. Okay, so 1, if we get 1, it's the jester hat. Jester hat. If we get 3, jester collar. Jester collar 5. We can do. You know what? Let's do a Q&A. We haven't done a Q&A for a while. And I know some people were curious about doing a Q&A. So let's do a Q&A. If we get to 5 questions, we can do a Q&A where you can ask me any questions and we can kind of chat. Dolly Boy. Oh, that's a fair point. Yeah, no, that'll count, Dolly Boy. I'll count that. So I'll put on the jester hat. I forgot about that. Yeah, absolutely. So we already got 1. Yes, these are going to be middle school questions in your groove. All right. Not all of them. There's like a couple that aren't, or they are, but they're harder because you're adults. Okay. And then 7 would be, let's do a game if at 7. And if we get to 10, I'll do a Jester After Dark. Okay. So we will have a chance at a Jester After Dark in this stream. 10, Jester After Dark. I know. I'm telling you, Victoria, when it's like cold outside or something, when it's wintry, my beard turns redder. I don't know why. Someone actually commented on that yesterday when I was outside. Jester After Dark. All right. Okay. So there we go. Start that goal. All right. Everyone ready? Everyone in here who wants to play? Everyone in here who wants to play? Yeah, that's fair, Dolly Boy. That's very fair. It could also be the red in my sweater. All right. It is Trump failed. It is exclusively on Twitch because there are things that I can't really show on YouTube and in the Jester After Dark streams, so that's why they're on Twitch. We also talk about things that I probably shouldn't talk about on YouTube. So you have to go over to Twitch to come to the Jester After Dark streams. For those who have been to it, you know what I mean. All right. Yeah, and it's not like we're like, I don't know. It's not like we're doing, I don't know. We're having like whatever. We're not doing anything crazy, but like I'm more relaxed in those After Dark streams. Sometimes because of chemicals that are in my system. Other times because it's not during the day streams. So like sometimes I'll be, drinking something, you never know. All right. All right, guys. So looks like I'm going to give 10 more seconds here. And then we'll start now as I'm getting this. All right. Thank you very much, Jonas. Thank you very much. Okay, for the 2 donations there. That if we get 1 more, folks, I'll put on the collar. Thank you very much, Jonas. All right. Okay, guys. So we also got Myth. Okay. All right. Everyone ready? Everyone ready for this? Now, again, when we start, this is not going to be a timed one. So you have 30 seconds every question. There's 1 question. I think there's like 2 questions where I gave you a minute and a half because it's going to require for you to look at your screen. But you can also see the answers on your phones. If you want to read the questions and look at the answers closer, I recommend you look at them on your phones. And then if we, what was I going to say here? Okay. Hello, Mithril. Okay. So that's it. Okay. So let's begin. Everyone ready? Everyone ready? We'll begin. Again, folks. Yeah, no, that works too in your groove. Your phone most people are on their phones, I've noticed. So, or you can be on your computer. That works too. Okay. Hello, Hiyori. Oh, well, yeah, you already said hello. Again, here, I always say hi to you like 3 times because you're so nice. You always say hi to everyone else, and then I think you're saying hi to me. But anyway, I love it. Okay, let's go on. Everyone ready? Let's go. Again, these are middle school level questions. All right. I just called it fun because I thought it'd be fun. Okay. Everyone ready? Don't be embarrassed if you get it wrong. Okay. Question number one, right? Which of the following words is an adjective? Which of the following words is an adjective? An adjective. That'd be steak, run, ugly, or fast. Which of those words is an adjective? Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Hmm. What do we think? I'm sorry, middle school or grade school. It's kind of like I mainly taught high school, so I should say in your groove like middle school or grade school. Okay, so it looks like 7 of you got it correct. Excellent. All right. I'm not going to explain what an adjective is, so I don't give away the other questions. But oh, don't worry, guys. It's like I said. Many of you, it's probably been like, when are you going to use this on a daily basis? When are you going to have to be like, oh, this is an adjective? Uh, so this for those I'm sorry, you're right. For those who don't go haven't been through an American education system, it is either this would be like primary school. Okay, these are primary school questions. Uh um uh SoCal, is it, or is it a oh, god damn it, you're right, SoCal. Okay, well that's embarrassing. Okay, technically I guess fast is also an adjective. I was viewing it as an adverb. But that's okay, you're right. It could also be so okay, okay, fine. So I messed up this question. I messed up this question, okay? I guess I need to go back, okay? All right, all right, all right. But I see what you mean though. You can have like a all right, that's fair. That is fair. You guys aren't crazy. My apologies. All right, here we go. Let's go to the next one. Um, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're totally right, guys. Like god damn it. Okay, you know what? Whatever. Okay, I'm embarrassing myself. It's fine. Which of the following is a noun? Which of the following is a noun? Which of the following is a noun? Peace, drinking, quickly, big. Good. Almost all of you got that peace. Peace is a noun, right? Um, I guess obviously we've already messed up the scores because I messed up that first question, but okay, we'll ignore that. I also think I started the game with a time thing on it, so well, whatever. We'll see what happens. Okay, yeah, it's timed. I didn't mean to make it timed. Whatever. I'm messing up left and right. Dog Zord number one. Dog Zord number one. In your groove number two. JDH number three. Six Semper Tyrannis number four, and Yaha number five. Okay. Um, which of the following is an adverb? Which of the following is an adverb? Slowly. You know what? Oh, I see. I should have said quickly on the first one. Quickly. That would have been better. The fat. That doesn't make sense. Okay, whatever. Slowly, aardvark, beautiful, eating. Good, 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 good. Okay, you all got that. Slowly. Um, damn it, you're right. Weird amorphous blob. Whatever. I'm talking too much. I'll continue. All right. We're moving up. JDH number two. Dogzord number one still. Six Semper Tyrannis number three. We'll continue. All right. Which of the following words should be capitalized? Which of the following words should be capitalized? Thank you, Dolly. But okay, Jester Caller. Is it month, Tuesday, amazing, or anthropology? Good. You all got it. Tuesday. Good. Hey, everyone's doing well. Oh my God. Thank you guys. Really. Thank you. Uh, right, Diego. Isn't it fun? That's why I do it because I used to use it with my classes. They used to love it. All right. Thank you guys. I'll put on the collar. All right. Geez, God, things are going crazy. We got a hype train going over on Twitch. Amazing. Okay, next one here. Let's see how people are doing. Dog Zord number one still. Someone got to beat Dog Zord. We got JDH number two, Six Semper Tyrannis number three, Yaha four, In Your Groove five. In Your Groove has a streak with 4 correct answers in a row. And let's continue. True or false? An I by itself in a sentence should always be capitalized. Good, you all got that, right? I know these are easier, but hey, they are grade school / middle school questions, mainly grade school, and then there's some ones that are actually middle school, primary. So these are all from primary school, though, of course. All right. Okay, let's continue. 10, 10, 10, choo choo, hype train, yay! Oh my God, guys, thank you. Jesus Christ, I think we're already at the Q&A, so thank you very much for that. We'll do that here in a moment. Thank you, guys. All right, JDH, Dog Zord, Six Samper Tyrannus. Yeah, oh, JDH pulling ahead to number 1 in your groove, number 4, and Yaha number 5. Fantastic. 3 participants have reached an answer streak of 4. That's good news. All right. Which of the following sentences uses incorrect grammar? And I've put them on the screen. You have a minute and a half to answer this question. Okay. So you're going to have to look at the sentences. I'm sorry, but which of these sentences uses incorrect grammar or is not correctly constructed? Hmm. I'm embarrassed because we have a writer in the audience right now. Ooh, okay. The correct answer here is B. Um, it has a bunch of dependent and independent clauses, right? Dependent and independent clauses that are guys, thank you so much. This is insane. All this thank you for all the gifted subscriptions, really. Thank you so much, JDH. It is not A, Hiyori. This one is B. This one has a bunch of dependent and independent clauses that are incorrectly linked together by a comma. There's too many commas. It's sort of a run-on sentence. I wish I could go back and show it to you, but the second sentence is ungodly, badly constructed. Okay, but that was a harder one. You had less time. Thank you, Elliot. It's a run-on sentence, okay? And it's the media button. How do I see here? Media button, media button, media button. Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. So look here. The card needs work right away. We'll have to clean it tomorrow. So that's constructed perfectly fine. The semicolon is done well. A lot of people don't really know how to use a semicolon, but that's done well. This sentence B, we can't work on the car this evening. It will have to be in the morning or maybe the next day. There's too many commas. Those are a bunch of dependent and independent clauses kind of thrown together. It's just not a well constructed sentence. Okay. There you go, Hiyori. Yeah, that's okay. So that was just I thought this one is a middle school one, not a grade school one. Okay. But this is also, high schoolers struggle with commas. Like a lot of people struggle with commas and usage and things like that. Okay. So that was one of the harder ones I put up there. All right. We actually have a writer in the audience, that's why I'm super nervous because I'm like, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Okay. Here we go. So Dog Zord. Okay, there we go. The writer has pulled up to number 2. That would be In Your Groove. Okay, but we got Dog Zord number 1, In Your Groove now pulling up to number 2. Yaha, Elliot Waffles, and JDH. All right, let's go on to the next one, shall we? Okay. This is the largest planet in our solar system. This is the largest planet in our solar system. We also got some science mixed in here, folks. A little bit of science, a little bit of grade school, middle school science. Just to see what we got here. Okay. Great. Yeah, it's Jupiter, right? Does anyone know the name? So Jupiter is the Roman name for this god. Guys, you're gonna make me cry. Like seriously, thank you. Thank you so much, y'all. Really. I'm Jonas, okay? Thank you very much for the 100 bits there. So it's Jupiter. Anyone know the Greek name for that god? Zeus. There you go. JDH, 100%. Zeus. All right. The Romans called him Jupiter. Thank you, Mithril. All right. Let's go to the next one. We got here Dogs are number 1 In Your Groove. In Your Groove catching up here. Yaha, not that far away in third here. Not that far away. It's really anyone's game at this point. Elliot Waffles number 4 and JDH number 5. Again, Dogzord has a streak with 7 correct answers in a row. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Which of the following is not a mammal? Which of the following, look at the cute puppy. Which of the following is not a mammal? A lemur, a zebra, a whale, or a dolphin? Which of the following is not a mammal? Okay, which of the following was not a mammal? Or is not a mammal? Not was. What they didn't used to not. Anyway, whatever. Okay. Okay. Um, okay, it's dolphin, right? Dolphins are not mammals. All right. The whales are mammals. Zebras are mammals. Lemurs are mammals. Dolphins are not mammals. Okay. Um, even though, like, a lot of times people think that dolphins are mammals, they're not mammals. Okay. If I can quickly, are they mammals? Am I wrong? Did I get that wrong? I use. Oh my god. If I'm embarrassed if I got it wrong. Dolphins, mammals. I'm double checking because I was doubting myself. God damn it. God damn it. I'm an idiot. I'm a goddamn idiot. God damn it. You know what? You know what? This is humiliating. I meant sharks. I meant goddamn sharks. Okay, I didn't mean goddamn dolphins. Dolphins are in fact mammals. Oh my god, I'm a fool. You know what? You know what? This is the most humiliating quiz I've done. It was supposed to be the one where I humiliated everyone else. Okay, it was supposed to be the one where I humiliated everyone else. But instead of saying sharks, I said dolphins. And then I messed up the goddamn ad. You know what? Whatever. Whatever. You know what? We okay. You know what? Whatever. Moving on. Moving on. All right. You know what? No, no. How about this? I did this on purpose to make sure you all question authority figures. All right. I did this on purpose. All of this was constructed so that never to trust an authority figure, right? Totally on purpose. Okay. Moving on. Yaha, back to number one because you know what the score. Do the scores really even matter at this point? Okay, thank you, Hiyori. Aren't I good at doing spin? Aren't I good at doing spin? Okay, who was the second person to be president of the United States? Who was the second? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'll put the hat on. Did I forget the hat? My mistake. It was Thomas Jefferson. Now, okay, and I will say, like, Jesus Christ, 1 second here. I see I'm doubting myself on everything here. Oh my god. Mm, I think it was John Adams, wasn't it? What the fuck excuse me, what the hell was I doing earlier? 'Cause I'm seeing these now and I'm like, "Wait a minute, that doesn't sound right." God damn it. Oh, yeah, 3rd US president. Wait a minute. No, 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 it was John Adams. You know what? You know what? You know what? I must have been I did this morning. I had just woken up. I don't know what's going on here, okay? I don't know what's going on here. All right. So, we'll continue. Shall we continue? Let's continue. Uh, all right, let's go on. Next one. I was not high, Mithril. I was not high. No, it was not awake and bake. That's Sundays. Okay. All right, we'll go on. True or false? The four states of matter are solid, liquid, gas, and plasma. Maybe it is global solidarity. The four states of matter are solid, liquid, gas, and plasma. True. It is absolutely true. Those are the four. They did they? Um, did they? I haven't heard that if that's the case. You're welcome, Sir Bartholomew. Okay. Look, I can do science. Look at that shit. I'm glad Matt Saigai isn't here. He'd be yelling at me right now. Okay. All right. Bose-Einstein condensate. You're a nerd in your groove. I don't believe that. That's not a real word. Okay. Not a real word in your groove. Okay. Okay. Fair. What was the name of the written language of the ancient Mesopotamians? Let me read here. I'll read about it in your groove. Okay. I believe you. Oh. Oh. Wow. Interesting. Yeah, I don't. Interesting. Yeah, I've not heard of that. Forgive me. All right. So we got what was the name of the written language? Correct. It's cuneiform. 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 Right. That is actually something you learn in middle school here now. Right. Okay. JDH. JDH is number one. Fantastic. Yaha number 2, In Your Groove number 3, Dog Zord number 4, and Six Semper Tyrannis number 5. Fantastic. All right, let's continue. Not that the scores matter really at this point. Okay, what civilization is the longest continuously existing civilization on Earth? What civilization is the longest continuously existing civilization on Earth? SoCal, let's not, it's those are more like bonus questions, SoCal. Yeah, it'll hurt people who got them wrong or whatever, but still, they're more like bonuses, so we'll still see who won. Okay, China. The correct answer is actually China. China has the longest continuously existing civilization on Earth. Has been along for a very long time. Okay. It might not necessarily be the oldest, but definitely the longest continuously existing. Right. Uh, in Your Groove. Okay, JDH is number one. Yeah, JDH number one. In Your Groove number 2. Okay. Um, what is the largest organ of the human body? Uh, uh, yeah, dolphins don't have. I'd probably believe that at this point. I'd probably believe that. Okay. Um. Okay. What is the largest organ of the human body? That would be the skin. Correct. The skin is the largest organ of the human body. Okay, the skin. The skin. All right. JDH number one, In Your Groove number 2, Six Semper Tyrannis number 3. We shall see what else we got going on here, okay? All right. So how many syllables are in the word how many syllables are, you got a minute and a half on this one. How many syllables are in the word anti-disestablishmentarianism? It is not Egypt, folks. This one I know is not true because it's not the same civilization. It did not exist independent for a long time. Um, it is a different civilization than the ancient one, if that makes sense. How many syllables are in the word anti-disestablishmentarianism? I gave you a minute and a half because God knows. Oh, geez. That's mine. We're getting messages from a dating site? What the hell? Okay. We're going to get out of that. That'll be funny. Okay. 6. Yes, correct. 12. There are 12 syllables in anti-disestablishmentarianism. Okay. I don't know if you can trust it though now, can you? All right, let's go to the next one here. JDH number 1, In Your Groove number 2, Yaha number 3, Six Semper Tyrannis number 4, Elliot Waffles. JDH has the highest answer streak of 8. Yay. All right, let's go. Let's go on. This hero recently completed his or her certification to sell insurance. Congrats. Which hero in chat here today? By the way, I don't think this person, their name is different on YouTube right now. Shit. Oh well. It'll be harder if I just give you their Twitch name. Their Twitch name, American Without Fear. I believe that's the correct Twitch name there. If I got it wrong, I'm going to lose my mind, but okay. Which hero also called Doug? Oh, damn it. Okay, I just said it, but it's fine. That would be correct. American Without Fear, Doug. Doug, congratulations, Doug. Yay, Doug. Okay, Doug got certified to sell insurance. Good news for Doug. Okay. Well, don't worry. You, Outer Signal, don't worry. You didn't miss much. Let's put it that way. Don't even, what I would not do, Outer Signal, is go back and watch the whole quiz. There's no need to do that. No need to see what happened. Okay. We don't need to humiliate anyone. So this, okay. Yay, In Your Groove, number 3. Fantastic. It's Six Semper Tyrannis, number 2. And at number 1, it is, what is it, Dog Zord? JDH, hey! JDH, number 1. Fantastic. Okay, fantastic. Great job, JDH. Great job, all right? Even though kind of not really a fair one this time around. But hey, that's okay, JDH. You're good. All right. So, speaking of... okay. Claim rewards. I'm sorry, we got to do the little island thing. We always do the little island thing, don't we? Right. So I will say it's actually yeah, apparently weird and but no, I will say, so this actually and obviously that was a mistake. I just was very clumsy in how I made that. But there is something kind of interesting about this because I'm going to talk today about critical thinking. And I made a fundamental error. Yeah, I know Hitler's on the screen. Don't worry, we'll get to that. Uh, so I made a critical error. So what I did was on so if you go to Kahoot, I've never taught I've taught middle schoolers, I've not taught grade schoolers. Um, in your groove, we are not particle physicists, okay? I can promise you that middle schoolers and grade schoolers still learn that there's only 4 states of matter, okay? But how dare you in your groove for being smarter than me, okay? So, I made a critical error, right? So on Kahoot, you can actually search out other people's quizzes and then take questions from them. So I found like middle school and grade school quizzes. Okay, well, yeah, your 12-year-old in your okay, actually that's fair in your group. They might I could be completely wrong. Yeah, don't worry, Dolly Boy. We're going to talk about that. So I took questions from like other teachers Kahoots and you can like search questions and then insert them and I to make it faster. So in order because I was lazy, I took questions from other people's shit and I really should have examined the answers. But like as soon as I might as well have Grok based it. As soon as saw, I'm like, wait, dolphins? That sounds wrong. And then when I saw, and then especially when I saw the Jefferson, I'm like, wait a minute, that's not. Anyway, humiliating. Fun. So okay, that was humiliation. Regardless, it's a Saturday, folks. We're going to ignore that. Let's go on now. So we have a few things to do here. That's why you should use critical thinking. Oh, really? That's funny in your group. Well, I don't know in your group. Like I don't really keep up with like material science stuff. I could really literally be wrong about it. Um, yeah, you're right, Doug. You're totally right. Okay, and all right. God damn. Ugh, okay, so all right. That's what I get. Yeah, you should all grade the teacher on a curve, right? I deserve a curve for this in this case. Um, uh, yeah, yeah. Well, fair, fair. So, Cal, you're right. Okay. But I did. In my defense, I saw that. And I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. I'm going to look that up immediately because I'm like, I thought it was. Anyway, okay, that's what I get for not using critical thinking and just blindly accepting. Anyway, okay. So, we were going to some things I wanted to talk about with all you. Okay. Uh, we will do so next week we'll do a quiz on like all the stuff that we've done previously, like all the stuff we've learned. It won't be like a middle school, grade school quiz type thing. Um, but it'll be like a regular one. So, but this week we decided we do kind of a fun one, and that's what I get. I failed miserably, but we'll do that. So next week, then on what else is going to say? Oh, so that'll be next week on Friday. Today we have uh, the few things I wanted to talk about. So I'm gonna actually keep this up in your group. I'm curious. Uh, all right. Did I see anything? You know, so it was only 3. Okay. So forgive me. There's something popping up on my screen here. Okay. So we actually got enough folks. Then uh, being slightly Portland 1,000 being slightly brighter than a 15 white bulb. String theory is a fifth grade art project. Uh, what? Is that true, Portland? It's a there's a being slightly brighter than a 50-watt bulb string theory is a fifth grade project. What? Okay. All right. So we got enough chats, super chats here to do a Q&A. So I thought let's just do a Q&A. And then we can go on to the other stuff I wanted to talk about. So in a Q&A, folks, when we do a Q&A, you can ask me any questions. They can be about politics, history, anthropology. Probably you shouldn't ask me about um I'm not very good with pop culture. I could like if you had explained to me what you're referring to, I can probably do something about it. I can probably like give you my opinion on it or whatever, but or you can ask personal questions. Now, I withhold the right to not answer certain personal questions unless it's an after dark stream. But you can ask me whatever. So, what questions you got? What do you want to talk about? Uh, Wind chimes, good or bad? Hey, I like wind chimes. Nothing wrong with wind chimes, Global. Wind chimes are okay. Or what we could do, folks, if you're not ready for the Q&A yet, we could go on into the next segment thing here and then come back to the Q&A too. Anyone have an opinion? Okay, other than those cookies you made with your dad, what is your favorite cookie? Oh, that's a good question. I really like white chocolate chip macadamia, like chiclets, God, cookies with white chocolate and macadamia nuts. Love that. And if they have raspberry, that's even better. I think those are delicious. Weirdomorphous Blob. Who would you say is the silliest guy in history? Ooh, that's a hard one, Weirdomorphous Blob. Um, so there was a guy, what was his name? He was called the Cat Catcher, and he was like a lunatic. Like, he I'll find a video about him, but he like made his income catching or like releasing cats to catch rats and then lost that job. And so then he moved into like printing fake currency. And like he never got like the government kept believing him and like he kept defrauding them and he wasn't even very good at it. I'll have to look him up and tell you guys about him, but he's definitely one of the silliest people in history. Okay, how much wood did would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck would? Well, here's the thing, SoCal. It depends. Are you referring to like an eastern woodland woodchuck or like a more southern United States woodchuck? I don't think. Well, not southern United States. More like up in Canada woodchuck. What kind of wood are we talking about chucking? Because you see, like different woods, different densities. It's hard to chuck certain kinds of woods or like woodchuck the wood. You have to have like teeth that are strong enough. So like if a woodchuck could chuck wood, like I would guess that it would be harder if they were in an environment with harder kinds of wood, right? So if I were really to think about it, um, like I don't know, it depends on the wood and the location. Got to be honest with you. Favorite reality TV show slash game show. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Favorite reality TV show. Um, okay. Let's see here. Favorite reality show, TV show. I used to really like um eh, what is it? God damn it. The when they'd point at the board, they would do the surveys. What is that? Why am I having a mind blank here? And you'd have to see if it was up on the board. Like they ask questions from like a survey, and you'd have to guess. Like your team would have to guess the most popular answer to the survey. Why can't I think of this right now? Maybe my brain is Family Feud. Thank you. I used to love Family Feud. I used to just watch it because I thought it was funny, even though it's annoying as hell, but it's super funny. So I used to like Family Feud a lot. I would say Family Feud was my favorite game show. Um. Uh. All right. What else we got here? How do you think you'd fare as a teacher in the UK? We have a national curriculum. I think I'd fare fine, Mithril. Let's put it this way: I'd fare better in the UK than I would in the United States. Let's put it that way. Although, uh, it would still want to be perfect, but yeah, I'd probably fare better. I misplaced a bag of mice. You misplaced a bag of mice. What are you feeding? Are you feeding like snakes, Doug? Okay. All right. Hiyori, what was the main reason for World War One? All I know is that someone in Austria got assassinated, and from there it kicked off. And why did they fight the Ottomans? Oh my God, Hiyori, that's a big question. So it is very complicated, and I'm not just saying that. As a matter of fact, there really isn't a definitive answer. Okay, there are historians debate this, right? It is not as simple as some guy got assassinated and this war started. There are a bunch of isms involved in the beginning of World War One: nationalism, colonialism, imperialism, militarism. And all these countries, I want you to imagine it like this, Iori. All these countries built up massive militaries. All of them thought their country was the best, that their nation was the best. Um, all of them were competing over colonizing the world. All of them started forming alliances with each other, and eventually some guy got assassinated, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, and it sparked all these alliances to go to war with each other, and they already didn't like each other, and it kind of sparked this big conflict. Now, I am over. Uh, um, yeah, it is. It is. Uh, um, it is complicated. Like historians still debate it because it's so complicated. But it's a bunch of isms combined. And then the Archduke Franz Ferdinand sort of sparked it off. If that makes sense. Okay. Uh, and boy was it disastrous. Boy was it disastrous. Okay. What else we got here? Yeah, yeah, Dolly Boy. And then the Balkans were already sort of a powder keg. All right. So if you could travel back in time and take the place of any historical king, which king would you choose? Oof. Now, folks, obviously, I'm not going to talk about the morality of any of this. Of course, I'm not going to talk about the morality because, sweet Jesus, no matter who I name that's a king, it's going to be like a horrible, horrible thing. Probably. But if I got to choose one king that I would probably want to be, that I would want to sort of replace, I guess it would be King Philip, uh, who was one of the most powerful kings in history, the King of Spain, who basically conquered a ton of the world, controlled a lot of Europe, and then really messed it up. So if I were to be an autocratic monarch, I would have done it much better. I would have made sure my power was in tip-top shape. Wouldn't have let anyone, yeah, but Trump failed. He got women, not exactly up my alley, right? You get what I mean? Okay. Maybe if okay, well, so I would say probably, if I were to be a complete asshole, I would say, Philip, so that I could, or I'm sorry, did I say, yeah, Philip, or Charles. Is it Charles? I got to double check here. I'm not. Let's see here. King Charles, uh, Spain. I could be. So I've heard different names. I'm sorry, not King Philip. I'm King Charles. I always get these guys' names mixed up here. And King Charles. All right. All right. So anyway, yeah. Okay. Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah, Charles III got the win. Probably true, Hiyori. Okay. Yeah, Mansa Musa was dope. Um, no, actually, though, Dolly Boy, I consider that Frederick the Great was brilliant and very gay. Okay, he was gay and he was brilliant. And he was I think he was called the king, he was the king. But yes, you're right. Um, okay, how many lawn sword? Okay, okay. If I could travel back in time and take the okay, did that one Family Feud, lawn sword or sword and buckler? Ooh, Mr. Crispy Toast. So this depends on your definition. So I would say probably a sword and buckler. I would prefer a rapier or some sort of lightweight sword, much more maneuverable. Like if swinging around a broadsword is only useful in certain circumstances. So let me put it this way: it depends on the armor we have on. If we have heavy armor on, I'm going to want the long sword. If we have light armor on or no armor on, I'm going to want the buckler and a thin rapier. Let's put it that way, depending on the armor, the combatant, etc. Okay. Mithril, Baldric. I heard it was started when a bloke called Archie Duke shot an ostrich because he was hungry. That's funny. Okay. Um, which came first, light or sound? Ooh, that's a really hard one. I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to ask a astrophysicist, and I don't think we even know that answer. I've always loved the idea of Warhammer, completely impractical. Yeah, yeah, it's very cool. Did I miss anyone's questions here? Uh, Best D&D class? Ooh, Sir Bartholomew. Um, I guess we're talking about which edition do you mean? So I'll put it this way. I'm going to answer this, Sir Bartholomew, just like from a role playing perspective, right? I think from a role playing perspective, the bard is the best. My kind of combat though is more like sorcerer, I would say. I like the idea of a sorcerer. So bard best for combat, sorcerer I'm sorry, bard best for role play, sorcerer, in my opinion, fun for gameplay. Um, okay, let's see here. Uh, yeah, Warhammer's cool. I like Warhammer a lot. I like the story. I've never played the tabletop game. I don't think I've ever played a single Warhammer game. I just love the story of Warhammer, and it's a very interesting critique of fascism. For those who are interested in what I'm talking about here, this literally, please don't leave the stream. I promise you, I'm not going to bore you. Let me just explain something to you really fast. So, if anyone's ever heard of the Emperor of Mankind, okay, Emperor of Mankind. Now, so Warhammer 40K is a sci-fi thing. Okay, it's a sci-fi. Emperor of Mankind, or this is the Emperor of Mankind. Now, the reason I like Warhammer is because the lore of Warhammer is extremely anti-fascist. It is hilariously anti-fascist. So, it mocks fascism. So this is the Emperor of Mankind. Now, look at this. Look at this image on my screen here. Look how cheesy this is. Okay. This is what is called the Emperor of Mankind in 40K. Okay. The guy that's like the dictatorial leader of humans, this galactic empire. You see how like ridiculous this guy looks? Like look at the size of his crotch piece there, like all the gold and like oh, he has a halo. So everyone in the empire in this game thinks that this guy is a god. They literally have a religion around him. Everyone prays to him. They think he's like this divine being. They worship him like a god. It's very fascist how much they're obsessed with him. Okay. Now, this is where the critique of fascism comes in because the reality of the Emperor of Mankind, yes, in your groove, you're right. The reality of the Emperor of Mankind is this. This is what he actually looks like. This is actually him. Okay. He is a husk of a corpse sitting in a golden throne. And I think about it, he has to have around 1,000 people sacrificed to him a day to keep himself alive. Uh, do we see how that's a critique of fascism? Like all this illusion around this guy, everyone thinks he's a god. They worship him. He's depicted as this divine figure. In reality, he's just a husk of a human being sitting in a chair who kills people to keep himself in power. Okay. So that is a very small portion of the lore of 40K and like how funny it is. And as a matter of fact, I mean how good it is at critiquing fascism. As a matter of fact, there was a let me give you an example here. In Italy, there was a parade because by the way, there are MAGA people. There are MAGA people who unironically put pictures of Trump as the emperor of mankind, thinking it is a compliment. Okay. Italy, a Trump emperor. They think it's a compliment, and so, like, you'll find them, um, putting, like, images of him as the emperor of mankind and how, like, he's the American emperor of mankind, even though it's hilarious 'cause people who know it's a joke, it's a critique. Let me show you what Italy did. Italy, Trump here. In Italy, they actually had a parade because the Italians actually know what art is, what it's meant to symbolize. And they made, to mock him, a giant image of Trump dressed as the emperor of mankind, because, he's actually a husk of a man sitting in a chair that everyone thinks is like this god figure, okay? Anyway, so, that's this image here. So I like 40K, I like that, alright? Uh, let me see here, guys. Let me see what else we got here. How many Lancet or Buckler, how many casual revolt chatters would it take to defeat a gorilla? Well, one. If it was Sir Bartholomew, I think it would only take one to defeat a gorilla, to be honest with you. Not because Sir Bartholomew is a gorilla, but Sir Bartholomew is former military, Sir Bartholomew's kind of a badass. But if I were to generalize, right? If I were to generalize, I suspect it would probably would just take one, let's be honest. But I don't know, probably five. Five of us could probably beat a gorilla. However, I would not be there. You would have to do it because ain't no way I'm getting near a gorilla. Ain't no way I'm getting near a gorilla. We have talked about this. How dare you, Outer Signal? How dare you give me a nightmare by even making me think about a gorilla? Okay, I do not want to be near a gorilla. They can stay over there. You know what? That's what I should do as cult leader. I should send all of you to fight the gorilla and say that it's because, I'll be back here doing the important stuff of ruling the group. Y'all can go fight the gorilla, okay? Uh Eating stew okay, I think we have, okay, oh, outcome, okay. Did you ever hear about the thing with the cobras in Delhi? I did in your groove. You mean where the British government paid people to hunt down the cobras? Is that what you mean? Yes, we actually talked about it, I think, on stream once, didn't we? Um, yeah, definitely a big question, Hiyori. Okay, let's see here. Uh, best D&D class, light travels faster. My fave. Thank you very much, Dolly Boy, really. Um, exactly, Sir Rothel. It's so expensive, but, like, um, I just like story. Okay, what's your favorite, Greek mythology myth or story? I like the one because I'm a filthy degenerate. I think it's funny how, like, was it Aphrodite was created by was one of the Titans' genitals getting cut off and thrown into the ocean, and then out of where the genitals landed came the goddess of love. I just like that story. I think it's funny because I'm a barbarian and I have a child sense of humor. That's probably why. All right. If you could live in a video game, which one would you choose? For me, it would have to be Skyrim. I don't know, y'all. So like, it depends, yeah, would I just be a peasant? Like, if I would be, like, an average peasant, I don't know if I'd want that too much. But, like, if I were to choose a video game to live in, that would be a hard one, that'd be a hard one. Probably hmm, it could be Sky well, it might be Skyrim. I guess if I could choose who to live in Skyrim, yes, I would do that, but, what about, like, uh Stardew Valley. Okay, how about that? I would choose to live in Stardew Valley. If anyone's played Stardew Valley, that's pretty good. That's pretty innocent. That you won't have to worry about much. It's pretty. All you got to do is spend most of your days farming and crap. Okay, Cyberpunk. Would you really want to live in Cyberpunk, Doug? I don't know, but fair, fair, fair. Okay. Uh, you'd prefer a farm over flying dragons. Jonas, well, when you put it that way, Jonas, okay, fine. Yes, I'd rather fly dragons, but like again, if but only if I could choose to be the one that flies the dragon, right? Like if I were just put into Skyrim randomly and I could end up as like a peasant or something, like and then have some asshole like 17-year-old playing as a fighter come along and just slaughter me while I'm like tending to my crops. I'm not gonna want to do that. Okay. But like if I can choose, then yes. Okay. For me, it would have to be Sky. Okay. How are you a pothead with such a good memory? Well, I'm not a pothead anymore, Doug, unfortunately. I really am not a pothead anymore I mean, I used to be a major pothead because couldn't you even blame me? Um, uh, but like, my memory still isn't great. I mean, it's okay. But yeah. Um, I do occasionally still smoke, just not as much as I used to. But, by the way, if you were a pothead, it doesn't do permanent memory loss unless you do it when you're younger, from what I've read. Now, there isn't much research about it, so hopefully, you know, it isn't too bad for me. 'Kay. Okay, folks, we'll do a couple more here before we go on to the next thing. Um, Still can't believe you hate chimps. It's not that I hate them. It's not that I hate them, Jonas. That you have good questions today, that or comments today. It's not that I hate them. I just think that they shouldn't exist. Okay, that's not hatred. Um, Maybe it is hatred a little bit. Okay, they're just so okay. You got okay. So okay. In my defense, Jonas, you know how crappy humans can be. So like, take humans and then downgrade them a little bit. Like, make them a little bit worse, and that's what you get when you get chimpanzees. Like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I don't need worse humans, okay? Like, that they were bad enough, if that makes sense. All right, all right. honor do you think? Oh, you can totally 1v1 a gorilla, Sir Bartholomew, no doubt. Aren't you like 9, 10, like, okay. Okay, hey, okay, exactly. Exactly, Jonas, exactly. So do you see why I don't like chimpanzees? Okay, anyway. Um, all right. What are my PC specs? Gosh, Yor, don't ask me. I am not good with technology, if y'all couldn't tell. And I need a new computer. I'm on a laptop right now. I'm on just a regular laptop. Boop, see, just a laptop. You can kind of see here, laptop. I'm going to move it around a bit. On case I don't know. I'm not revealing any bad information, but so I'm on a laptop, and it's not a very good working laptop at all. It just doesn't work very well. I need a better one. So I'm going to be hopefully getting a better one soon. Um, I don't know. It's a Nitro V15 or something. Okay. All right. All right. What do we got here? Yeah, no problem, Hiyori. Okay, guys, I think that's the only questions we got here. Excellent. Okay, good. Oh, we're done with that. So, folks, thank you for living with me today with my insanity. All right. Uh, yeah, exactly. Where to I need a desktop computer. I'm planning to get one here soon because this one does not work very well. Okay. All right. What joke did you make, Trump? Did I miss it? Did I miss a joke? I like your jokes, Trump failed. Ooh, it was a biohazard? What happened, Trump failed? What'd you do? Uh, is it a joke? I could ask Santa for a new one, that is true, but alas, there are no Santas in my life, if you know what I mean. I ain't got no Santa. I could get a I'll say, okay, I could make a joke, but I'll wait till the After Dark stream to make a joke, okay, about Santa. All right. Uh, yeah, I know, right? Right, yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you, Toy Toy. YouTube won't let me post it. Oh, that's too bad. Okay. Okay. Yeah, hey, how dare you, SoCal? No, no, no. We'll wait till the After Dark stream for that. Okay, if we get to it. I think we will. I swear we're only like we're not that far from it. Okay. All right, guys. So let's do something. I have something else pulled up for you. You guys can still ask questions, but uh oh, no good. Trump failed. I got you. Okay. Um I get it, Mithra. Okay. Yeah, mine too. Like just you can tell I think I have my motherboard is dying. Or if it is already dead. I think that's why the mic cuts out and stuff. But alas, folks, I'm not like overflowing with money at the moment. So, okay, all right. So, um, all right. So, okay, well, you see on the screen here, Hitler clutching his pearls, apparently. So, what I thought we wanted to watch with all of you, uh, after, oh well, also I was going to talk about critical thinking, although I do think the quiz this morning was a good reflection of why it's good to think critically about the stuff you have online, or at least look at it, right? Don't just throw stuff, just don't read it and then not look it up or whatever. But anyway, so this is a video I saw, and I haven't seen. I saw it in my feed. I haven't actually watched it. I have heard of this. So who there was a high school teacher who tried to who turned his classroom into a fascist regime uh, in an attempt to teach them about fascism and Nazism and what it does to people. Now, I have read about this event, and I got to say, I have some complaints about what he did. Now, I think it was brilliant. I think it was an excellent idea. I think the teacher is a genius, but he could have done it better. And he did some things that I would say are unethical. Regardless, generally supportive of the idea. You'll see what I mean that when I say it gets out of hand. But I think teachers are sometimes extremely brilliant. He ended up losing his job because of it, and I understand that. I kind of don't blame them. But I'm glad he made this mistake so that all the other teachers in the world can learn from it. But I thought we could watch it, and sort of talk about it. Okay. Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. That is a good point, Victoria. We could probably do that on Twitch or Discord as well, right? Uh, oh my god, that's hilarious, Mayflower Kid. Okay. Um, see that is oh my god, I can't
It
believe the
all
Weird Amorphous. That's insane, Weird Amorphous Blob. Um, yes, yeah, JDH. You mean the girl who the girl? I'm sorry. The woman who complained because she got a 0 on her paper that she deserved to get a 0 on. Is that what you're referring to? I actually graded that paper on stream. Yeah, okay, actually that's funny, I actually graded that paper on stream. We actually looked at it and read it together, and I graded it as a teacher. So, oh, that is oh my god, Weird Morphos Blob, that is horrific. Yeah, that is called a no, I would never do that, right? I am curious what you think of what this guy did, Weird Amorphous Blob. Yeah, uh-huh, Hiyori. So let's watch it. I want your guys' opinion on it. I will try to yeah, it was 0 out of 25. Yeah, it was bad. Okay. So let's watch this. Let's see what you all think about this way of doing things. Obviously, I think it's brilliant. I also think it was deeply flawed and unethical in some ways. So it's to me, it's not black or white. Okay. Yeah, I'm good for you, Weird Immortals Blob. You should. I'm glad you should question authority figures, like even teachers, who do things like that. Okay, here we go. Oh,
It all started with one profound question in the classroom. How could the German people sit back while the Nazis slaughtered those around them? Ron Jones found himself at a loss for words. He didn't have an answer, at least not one that truly satisfied him. The question haunted him, lingering in his mind long after the class had ended. But Jones was not just any teacher.
yeah, honestly, Doug, kind of. If anyone knows who Jane Elliott is, also a brilliant
He was the
teacher who
kind of
did a very interesting experiment. Now hers, I'd say, is more ethical. There were also some issues with what she did, but I think hers was better. And well, but they were kind of looking at different things. Regardless, let's just let's just watch.
teacher every student wished
Exactly, outer signal. That's exactly what I say. Outer signal. Like it was a super important experiment. I think it's brilliant. At the same time, now that we know, we need to do it better in the future, right? Or if we do it, if teachers do this, they just need to figure out a way to do it better.
for, charismatic, engaging, and deeply invested in their learning.
He did innovative things too. He was bringing guests to the class. Very
Yeah.
interesting, controversial guests. He brought in a communist. He brought
Yeah,
in
Louise.
a Klansman. He brought in a member.
Now, I like okay, I I appreciate what this teacher's trying to do, but I would not bring a Klansman into a class of high schoolers. I just wanna do that. I hate judging other I mean, it's okay that I judge other teachers, obviously, but, like, I okay. Still, I respect the guy, you're gonna see what I mean.
Of the
Alright.
American Nazi Party to talk about white supremacy.
All the way through, he was presenting different sides of every question. I remember when we studied about Vietnam, he made us write 10 arguments for, 10 arguments against.
He didn't try to be above you. He tried to, I would say that Jones had a capacity to teach with you.
And for Jones, caring for his students meant more than just delivering lessons. Determined
Sir Bartholomew, is that the, Stanley Milgram experiment? The Stanley Milgram experiment, which I'm gonna talk about that on stream sometime.
to teach them in a way they would never forget, he devised an experiment that would literally
I
change
think that's the Stanley Milgram experiment. Could someone verify? I think the one where they could delivered the shocks.
their life. One that would challenge not only their understanding of themselves, but also our collective understanding of
There you go,
human
Sir Bartholomew.
nature. When the students arrived, they noticed the chairs and tables were arranged into 6 neat rows, and the room echoed with the dramatic strains
So, Doug, that's a very fair point, Doug. I got to admit. You said they will be exposed to it when they're out in the world. School is about preparing for life as well as learning the basics. Yes. Oh, I know, Doug. We could debate that. I think the idea, though, of having a Klansman come and talk to a group of high schoolers, uh, I don't know if here's the thing. I would love to do that. If I could control the thoughts that every single one of those high schoolers had about that Klansman, I would do it in an instant. right? If I could control it and make sure that none of them start feeling some sort of camaraderie with the guy, I would like that. But I don't know, but I couldn't. You see what I mean? So I get the idea, but I don't think I would feel comfortable knowing that I might be exposing someone to an ideology they end up falling into. Um, you see what I mean? Like um, yeah, and that's the other thing too. They're terrorists. They're a terrorist organization, and it would be kind of weird to have a white supremacist terrorist organization come into a school. So anyway, okay.
Of Wagnerian music. The students, accustomed to a free-flowing atmosphere, were left wondering what they were going to learn that day. It's normal for them to wonder, but this time, something felt different, unnerving even.
It's funny, he didn't quite have the smile in his expression. He didn't quite have the smile in his eyes either.
And then, he broke his silence and gave them a unified goal.
I remember clearly.
Doug, real fast, Doug. So I think this is a great debate, Doug. I really do. I will say this. It depends, Doug. Like, there are places in the United States where you're never going to see a Klansman. And like literally, you will never see one in person. So in those places, would it be smart to bring in a Klansman when that might be the only exposure that person might ever get to one? You see what I mean? Like, this is complicated, but
From him and classmate that if we follow what
this is a very good debate. As in, like, I don't have a monopoly on truth on this question. There is also a theory to back up what you're saying, Doug, that of inoculating students against extremism by exposing it to them in a controlled environment, which I did do some of. Like, I would expose them to hateful ideology and stuff, but in a controlled environment, and that inoculated them against it in the future. The issue, though, of bringing an actual Klansman into the classroom, I have some complaints about. I get it, though. It's something we could debate.
was asked of us, we'd all get A's.
He said that if we were active party members, we would get an A. If we
Right,
were passive
Victoria.
party members, we would get a C. If we tried a revolution and failed, we would get an F. But if our revolution succeeded, we would get an A.
To make matters even more confusing is when he wrote strength
That's
through
fair, Doug.
discipline on the blackboard.
So did you hear that, guys? You'd get an A if you followed the party line of this group he was creating. You get a C if you were passive and you didn't really support it, but you just kind of played along, and you'd get an F if you tried a revolution and failed. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Scott Payne, you're right, but most of the time, yeah, Scott Payne, they are widespread, but a lot of people never even know that they're meeting a person from one of these groups. It's the whole class, Victoria. The whole class would he would bring in the whole class. And again, this is a thing we can debate. Right? Like, this is not okay.
Followed what was asked of us, we'd all
We'd
get
get an
A's.
A.
He said that
Okay.
if we were active party members, we would get an A. If we were passive party members, we would get a C. If we tried a revolution and failed, we would get an F. But if our revolution succeeded, we would get an A.
To make matters even more confusing is when he wrote strength through discipline on the blackboard.
Well, today I'm going to talk to you about discipline. Power through discipline. Success? Success through discipline. Play football?
So yeah, he's brilliant. Be like a UVF volunteer talking to a cat. Yeah, that's exactly my point, Weird Amorphous Blob. I'm not trying to be too harsh on either side here, because this guy's a teacher, and he tried, teaching's in kind of a desperate state. So, like, I'm not okay. I would never do it. Let's put it that way. I think there are way too many issues with having a white supremacist terrorist come into a school, especially if you're in a school that has black kids, Catholics, things like that. Okay. All right.
You know it takes discipline to win. What about ballet dancers? Same goes with painters, scientists. It is all
Okay, fair Weird Amorphous Blob, yeah.
discipline. Control.
Yeah,
Strength
agreed.
of the will.
Now, again, folks, so I know I kind of got sidetracked from I know I got kind of sidetracked from the um oh, I get it, Jonas. At least we have dry erase boards these days. So we kind of got sidetracked, but you see, he's setting this up, grading students based off their obedience to this regimen he is enacting in the classroom. Okay. Now he's talking about the importance of discipline. Okay.
He wanted his students to succeed, so to achieve that, he devised a
Hey, Luke.
few simple exercises.
One of the first things that he did for us was give us an exercise where we put our hands behind our back and lock them together.
Then, he told the students to stand outside the classroom and wait until he called them in. As soon as they entered, they were to enter as swiftly as they could, assume their seats with perfect posture, and all the while, he would record how fast they were.
And then Mr. Jones would look at the stopwatch and say, I think we can do it faster.
I mean, I have to pause it occasionally, folks, so I don't get a copyright strike here. But isn't this interesting? Okay, I actually don't think I've ever seen the footage of it.
Excellent. Half the time.
It might have even surprised Jones how quickly they followed his orders with just simple exercises. But at the end of the day, that was his goal, and he did it flawlessly. The experiment was supposed to be over that day until he came to class the next morning.
Well, I entered the class the second day, and I really anticipated that the class would be back to normal. There'd be this hubbub of excitement, and we would discuss the first day. But
And there they are.
But
all
before
in
we
perfect
dive
lines.
into what happened next, let me spoil something for you. Ron Jones never actually did answer his students' question. Sure, he started a revolution and things spiraled completely out of control.
What you're
but the
about to
original
see here.
question still remained. How could the German people sit back
Hey,
while the
Mayflower
Nazis
kid, what do you feel about this experiment that he's running?
slaughtered
I'm just curious what your input is on this. Do you feel like this is a good way to teach about not falling into fascism like MAGA has?
those around them? After spending a total of 72 hours researching what made this experiment escalate so drastically, I've identified 3 puzzle pieces that I believe explain why it happened. And as we walk through the story together, I'll reveal them one by one so it'll make sense.
Now, discipline is one thing,
Yeah.
but there's something more.
Weird Amorphous Blob, you're getting ahead. You'll see what happens. Okay, so they first taught that discipline is important. Now community.
This was the moment when it all changed for Jones, because instead of taking responsibility over the class, he completely forgot both the lesson he wanted to teach and his role.
We need a
Now guys. Yeah, and here's the thing. This has happened before when teachers or scientists have done experiments like this, okay? They often fall into a power trip situation. Like, I literally, like, I don't think he has admitted this to this day. I wish he would, because that would make it more interesting. If he admitted, I kind of got a power trip doing it as well, right? Like, you're in control now. You have gotten all these kids to be deathly obedient to you. You should be able to admit afterwards how it made you feel, okay? And you kind of got out of hand because you also felt a power trip from it, which is part of this whole process anyway.
for our new community.
But we'll see what happens.
A wave is a pattern of change. It has
Exactly,
movement.
outer signal. And I think that this, well, I don't want to get ahead of myself. From what I know about this, he missed that key part. That part of, like, it also exactly, Dolly Boy. And in the case of the Stanford prison experiment, Zimbardo, the guy who did that experiment, later admitted, "Oh yeah, I did fall into this. I had a power trip myself." But he at least admitted it, right? Zimbardo ended up admitting that he had fallen into the power, right? So I don't know if this teacher ever admitted that, but we'll see. But like you hear what they said. He was planning to do it for one day, and then it kind of took on a life of its own.
Direction and impact. And from now on, we will be known as the wave.
introduced a specific way for students to ask questions in class.
First of all, we would have to say Mr. Jones to start, and that our answers to these questions would have to be 3 words or less.
Mr. Ross, Chamberlain. Now that's the way to answer a question. Punctual.
It absolutely was, Dolly Boy. His wife was like, you need to, yeah, his wife is the one who convinced him when it comes to Zimbardo.
Precise.
Very, very brief, cryptic, short, sharp.
He also came up with a salute.
And the salute was like this.
It was pretty much just like, and we had to do this, right?
Oh,
When
they
we
do,
saw
Mayflower.
each other or something.
And ID cards.
He gave us our 3rd wave ID cards.
And this was, again, I just reached in my drawer and there was a bunch of index cards. So I pulled them out and passed them out to each student.
This is a Strength Through Discipline membership card.
And just as things were starting to get serious, doubters began to emerge as well.
Okay, by the way, well, I know that this happened too. There were a bunch of kids who rebelled. I think they're going to talk about this. Now, I don't know if he did this. I wish he did. I think he probably, I don't know if he did. But I'd immediately give those kids an A, and then I would tell them what I was doing and make them part of it. But okay.
Big question asker, and lo and behold, that is precisely what I did. I think I stood up by my desk and said, Mr. Jones, why can't we just say what we think? Why can't we just express our opinions about what we think about the 3rd wave? And at that point, he said, you to the library for the rest of the semester.
Understandably, there was no longer any room for
JDH.
dissent, and the formation of the 3rd wave movement had never been clearer than on that day, as all the doubters were cast aside and labeled as the breakers. Jones wrote, "Strength through action, the final principle of the 3rd wave movement."
You are all to actively recruit new members.
Yes. So well, yeah, you're right. In my opinion, he would give them an A if they did what he said. Okay. Like if they were obedient and they did what he said, they would get an A. What I'm saying is I would immediately give you an A if you were one of the ones who resisted. Okay.
Each new member must demonstrate knowledge of our rules
That's okay,
and
Mayflower
pledge
Kid, do it.
strict obedience to them. Mr. Ross, for the first time, I feel like I'm part of something great.
JDH, that's what I did, right? Like, I don't think this is necessary. I think it's super interesting, but I'll talk more about it.
Mr. Ross, this is like being born again. Mr. Ross, I feel the same way.
Mr. Ross, I'm proud of the wave.
This brings me to the first reason why things spiraled out of control. The power of belonging to a group and how it can shape our behavior is a recurring theme in psychology. Take, for instance, the blue eyes.
We talked about her. Someone else mentioned her. Several people. Louise mentioned her. Someone else mentioned her in chat.
Brown eyes experiment conducted by teacher Jane Elliott with elementary school students. Despite their young age, they quickly conform to roles of superiority and inferiority based on eye color alone. A similar pattern emerged in the infamous
Oh, is that what he said here? I may have missed it. Okay.
Stanford prison experiment, where individuals assigned as either guards or prisoners embrace their roles with surprising intensity. Shared identity does not have to stem from something profound. It can arise from trivial distinctions like eye color. Given the right circumstances, people of any age can be influenced to adopt behaviors aligned with a group identity, often without realizing the potential consequences. And that's what makes it so dangerous. The influence of the simple exercises from day one was so pervasive that it didn't just shape the students, it transformed Jones himself, turning him from a teacher into the leader of a movement. Meanwhile, the Breakers began pushing back by putting up anti-movement posters around the campus. However,
okay, like you'll see here, it starts getting out of hand, all right? And this is where I start having some critiques. Like at some point, when do you shut it down if it's getting out of hand? Okay. Yeah, guys, we are exactly. You're all right. So evolutionarily, we have this desire to be part of a group. It is good for self-protection. We evolved to be social animals because if you're in a group, you have protection, you have safety, you have people to rely upon when you're sick, when you're old, when you're being threatened by a predator. And often that sort of reptile brain, as you said, outer signal, overcomes rational thought. It is a strong part of our brain, right? Okay.
Efforts were swiftly countered by Jones's loyal followers, where they tore down their posters and replaced them with their own propaganda. Jones's students handed out flyers, put up banners, and set up recruitment tables to draw in more members. But when students from outside the class asked about the movement and its beliefs, the recruitment methods were peculiar, confrontational even, and at times almost forceful.
It was between classes, and I'm walking down this hall.
See, okay, I'd already get worried as a teacher if I started seeing them rip down off the walls anti-propaganda and putting up their own like you're unleashing something. This is why, by the way, I'm scared of chimpanzees and gorillas, because they do this. They are social animals. They will come after you if you do anything to upset them, and then you can't reason with them, right? And human beings can do that too. All right.
Hallway, and at this point I encounter a table like this, where there are two guys standing behind it. There is a banner on the wall, and the banner says "The Third Wave." They constantly repeated this mantra without really telling me what this was about. At this point, I decided, no, I'm not interested. I'm going to walk away, and as I start to take a step away, one of the guys walks around the corner, produces a small spiral wound binder and a pencil, and what he's going to do is he wants my name. I refused to give him my name. The other guy started to move over like it was actually going to be confrontational.
Then, fascinating, this is actually what happened in fascism, right? But also kind of out of control.
At that time, I was getting ready to go to battle. It looked like maybe it was going to be a fist fight right here in the hallway.
Confusion and fear were rampant at this point, with fistfights breaking out frequently. It had truly become a frightening environment, as Jones's followers could no longer see those outside their group the same way. The division was stark and tensions were escalating. In one instance, inside the teacher's faculty room, a student sat at a table in the corner. When another teacher asked him to return to class, he refused, calmly stating that he had appointed himself as Jones's personal bodyguard.
Okay, nope, thank you. No, thank you. If you have students that are suddenly saying that they're your bodyguard and they don't want to go to class, we have a problem, right? We got a big problem here. This is way out of control. I didn't know about that. Okay, yeah, this is exactly exactly where all the little brown shirts are popping up now. We got now this though technically Weird Motorspot, this would be the SS, right? Because they were Hitler's bodyguards. But no, but still the Weird Motorspot, same difference. I'm just messing with you. But okay. And we'll see, what is Mr. Jones doing about I keep thinking yeah, okay.
It turned out he needed the protection all along. Jones's classroom had been vandalized. Banners and posters were torn down. Chairs and tables flipped upside down. It was a complete mess. Tensions between the third wave and the breakers had reached an all-time high. And in response, Jones closed the curtains, shut the door, and locked his students inside the darkened room.
We were kept standing. And then he changed the whole process on us.
Jones then reminded everyone of his authority, emphasizing that this was not just a game. The movement, he insisted, was far bigger than himself and his students. It was real, something that extended beyond the walls of their campus. He claimed that teachers from across the nation were involved and that they were all
Right. See, why do you need to add that, though? Why do you need to say that is okay? Why do you need to add, after everything that's happened, you're being this is happening everywhere. This is a global movement.
Coming together to form a third political party in the country.
This was happening in San Francisco. He said this is happening in Chicago. This is happening in Philadelphia. This is happening in New York. And because it was working so well, they were going to come out with their party leader the next day.
That changed the simulation. That changed it to being the stakes were raised and all of a sudden it was bigger than me. And it wasn't something that I could pull out of and have it stop.
One of my fellow classmates from the back said, "Mr. Jones, what about this?" And it was a color ad and it said, "The third wave is coming."
And I reached over and grabbed him and I said, And this is the signal of action. And tomorrow we're going to have a rally, and you're going to meet a presidential candidate that's going to explain the purpose of the wave, and this is our new leader.
Yes.
We're going to rise up together and change the world.
Yeah, Dolly Boy, right?
event was set to take place the next day at noon in the large assembly hall. After making his announcement, Ron Jones abruptly left the students alone in the darkened room. The shock caused by the vandalism only reinforced compliance among Jones's followers, pushing them deeper into the movement. Additionally,
that's like the Reichstag fire, when there was a fire in the German Reichstag, and Hitler used that as an excuse to do the Enabling Act, because it further cemented the fear of others in the Nazi part. Like, you see what I mean? Like, the attack on Jones's room was kind of like a triggering event that even made it worse. So I would say, and that's the thing, Sir Bartholomew. I think both can be true, right? I think he was fascinated in what he had started, but like, he clearly isn't being self-reflective. He's caught up in the power. Whether or not it's because he's fascinated with it or because he likes the power, either way, he is abusing his power, right? Yeah, he blamed the communists, right? Trump failed. So, okay, and I would say, so Mithril, you asked, is this really his fault or is it within all of us? I think both. Trust me, as a teacher, you can tell, like, there are things you don't do because it will unleash something in your students. Like, that's why discipline and stuff is important in a classroom and in society, because there's a darkness inside. Like, this sounds, how do I say this? Derivative or whatever. There's like a darkness in all of us, right? Like, and you need to contain that for the sake of living in groups of people. And like, a teacher can I've made mistakes where I've accidentally unleashed that. And you have to learn to not unleash that. Like, it's you see what I mean? And so he is unleashing the darkness, all right?
the lack of intervention when students were sent to the library for speaking out against Jones made the entire experiment even more convincing. As more people witnessed these punishments without stepping in, the bystander effect took hold. The responsibility to intervene in the face of injustice diminishes when others remain passive. On top of that, the pressure to conform to the group's actions played a significant role, making it even harder for individuals to resist the movement's growing influence. With how fast things have developed in just 4 days, the real question remained: could it still be stopped? The day had finally arrived.
Okay, and look at this. I mean, like, they even have these rallies now, and he's using like this hand gesture. Fantastic, Mithril.
The room was packed. Nearly 200 students filled the space. What had begun as an innocent classroom experiment had now consumed the entire school, as if everyone had fallen under a spell.
See, now this is becoming super disruptive.
In a moment, our national leader will address us. Robert? Mr. Ross? Yes. Turn on the television set.
Time passed and unease began to settle in. The students grew restless. The television, meant to reveal their supposed leader, was instead displaying nothing but static. Suddenly, the lights blazed on and the television flickered to life, revealing not their awaited leader, but a speech by Adolf Hitler.
Okay, that is pretty clever. I gotta tell you, that is pretty clever. It is unnecessary. Yeah, totally. But I gotta admit, that last little bit, well, that's a bit clever. Anyway, I don't like it. I'm just saying, that's a clever bit at the end. Now he's showing them Hitler.
Images of the Holocaust flooded the screen, a horrifying realization dawning upon them. Jones looked out at the stunned crowd.
There is no national youth movement. You thought you were so special.
We thought you were so special. Okay, you know what? The other stuff bad. I still think it got out of hand, but now he is, this is clever.
Better than everyone outside this room.
And just said, what I have witnessed for the last week and a half, or week, whatever it was, what I have witnessed has really sickened me.
Because we are no better or worse than the Germans. We are just like them. We work in the defense plants. We witnessed this desolation.
Yeah, he did.
I was liking it. The adulation, the power, the control. Okay. Oh wait, he is admitting it. He is admitting it. He just admitted he liked the power, the control, and the adulation.
By the fourth day, my wife was saying to me, "You have to stop this. It is very dangerous."
Oh my God, his wife too, Dolly Boy. Okay, wives out there. This is why wives are important, right? Yeah, I should say this is why your significant others are important. The same thing happened with Philip Zimbardo. His wife told him, "Hey, are you sure you're not having a power trip here?" Okay, shout out to the wives, folks.
For years, I tried to hide from it, avoid it, not discuss it. It's a responsibility to really try to understand what is good and what is evil.
I thought it would be a one-day exercise, and it turned out to be a one-week existence in terror, actually.
My ego was inflated and my sense of power and control was elevated, and I liked it. That's the problem. But I'm at least aware of it.
Yeah.
Psychologist Philip Zimbardo coined the term the Lucifer effect to describe how individuals under the pressure of a specific role within a group dynamic can become consumed by their power.
Thank you so much,
something
Dolly
that
Boy.
was clearly at play in this experiment. Likewise, Stanley Milgram's obedience theory helps explain why Jones's followers were so willing to comply.
Now, Mayflower, I'd argue that everyone is too emotional for guns, in my opinion, right? But that's, I get it.
With his orders. They believed that their actions were justified under his authority, absolving them of personal responsibility and further entrenching them in the movement.
You had to be there to see people crying, horribly, and shocked. The look of shock was like the earth was ending, and they didn't know what to do. People couldn't walk. They were sitting down in the chairs, and some people wanted to leave, didn't know whether to leave or not.
The lights were out as people were leaving. I remember some students crying, some students having to hold each other. I remember one guy walking by going, "Oh, I knew it was a joke all along." I don't think he felt that way, honestly.
When I came back to the classroom, my memory of the students were that they looked like mirages. A mirage on the highway in the hot summer, the shaking appearance. That's my memory of the students. They seemed to be trembling. Some of them seemed so shaky that if you just did that to them, they'd fall over.
It took a while for the students to fully recover from the experience.
Yeah, so as I was saying, I think what he did was genius and stuff. I think it got a bit out of hand. But okay.
Complaints
go on.
had been circulating since the movement first took shape, and the more conservative teachers had already been working behind the scenes to have Jones.
Oh, that is interesting. I've experienced that. Did you hear what he said? The conservative teachers began working behind the scenes to have Jones removed. Why do we think that the conservative teachers were mad because it was disruptive, or do we think they were upset because he was teaching a good lesson and they didn't want the kids to hear the lesson? Oh, that makes sense. I didn't know that Weirdomorphous Blob. Okay. So Weirdomorphous Blob said, I checked the teacher's Wikipedia, and apparently he was denied tenure for being involved in anti-war activism. So this was 1967. That makes more sense, Weirdomorphous Blob. Fascinating. Okay. Hey, we need volatile pricks out there, Trump failed. So, I got you, Trump fail. I do. See here. The end game of Nazis trying to remove Hitler. Yeah. Jesus. I agree, Mithril. Okay. This is interesting because, I got pushback from how I would occasionally get pushback from conservative teachers from how I was
Eventually,
teaching.
their efforts succeeded, and he was forced to leave.
So
it was a painful experience for everyone involved, especially
so he was forced to leave.
Especially for Jones, who had to give up what he loved most, teaching. It took him 10 years to
this is gonna make me cry. Oh my God!
Finally find the courage to document what had happened during those fateful days.
All right, so there's that story. Very fascinating. Do you see what I mean, though? Brilliant. I think a very clever way of teaching. I do think it got out of hand. I think it's a good method, but there needs to be sort of better. It needs to be better in the future, right? I do think it got a bit out of hand, just for the sake. Yeah, I know he could have been, right? That's the thing. It's scary, right? It's so scary how easy it is for human beings to kind of fall into this trap. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I've told you this, folks, but I get nervous sometimes. If I'm in groups of people, I just do. I always get this. I've read way too many Nazi documents and stuff, so I start imagining them turning into a lynch mob. It's like, I don't know, maybe I need to see a psychiatrist, but I like get this thought in my head. I just imagine them suddenly all turning against someone or turning against me and becoming a lynch mob, like this unthinking mob of beasts that, because human beings are so easily manipulated in that way. And that's one of the reasons I'm afraid of chimpanzees and gorillas, like their ability to just turn on a dime on an individual. And human beings are similar. Anyway, so I get nervous around groups of people. Okay, sometimes. Not like all the time. I'm okay with groups of people, but like if like I'm at an event where there's like a speech being given or something. Okay. Doug. All right. I'm trying to see here. I believe you, Trumpfield. I really do. If I kind of feel the same, if I'm out drinking, makes me hide my true self away, especially in these political. Yeah. Yep. Dolly boy. I understand that. Um, um, So it's not as bad as a phobia. Like I still go out in your groove. Like I'm okay with groups of people, but like it's just something that I think it's just because I have some trauma because of all the horrible things I've read about and researched. But like I just occasionally think of it like, oh God. Uh especially if I hear someone giving a political speech or something, I get nervous. I just know too much about, you know, um that's fair and that's fair. Okay. Um All right. So, what was I about to say here? I'm going to put my face back up here. All right, guys. So I just thought that was super interesting, folks. Okay, guys. Uh, my thesis, toy. So, which one? Like the master's thesis was written about international post World War II international fascism, and then I kind of got away from focusing only on fascism and started talking about the development of systems of social control in the 20th century United States. So that was sort of what I did for PhD when I was doing my PhD work, which remember, I never completed my PhD. I ended up becoming a teacher instead. I might go back and do it at some point. A bunch of things were happening in my life. I couldn't really focus on it, but yeah. So, all right, guys. So we, what was I going to say here? What do we got here? I think we got enough. How many? Oh God, I wasn't keeping track. Thank you, Dolly Boy One. I'm just going to quickly count here, folks. For those who are watching here, if you want to become a member on YouTube, you can get a cute little jester hat next to your name, and you'll be able to access to members-only emojis. You can become a member for as little as 99 cents a month. If you're over on Twitch, you can become a subscriber. You can become a subscriber for as little as for if you have Amazon Prime membership. My brain is not working today. I haven't even smoked pot. Okay, if you're if you can become a subscriber, you can use Amazon Prime to become a subscriber for free over on Twitch, and you'll no longer have to see ads. I'm just counting right now the number of chats we've gotten. One. Okay, see here. Two. I think we've gotten to. How about this? I think we've gotten to 9. We've gotten to 9. So if we get one more, folks, we will do a Jester After Dark stream. How about that? It looks like we've gotten to 9. So one more, and then we'll do a Jester After Dark. Okay. All right. So I know Dr. CR, hilarious. Okay. All right, Dolly boy. So we'll do a Jester After Dark stream tonight. Okay. Oh, guys, I have not been doing well today. I don't know if you've noticed. I don't know why my brain feels like it's dying. I really messed up that opening Kahoot. Jesus Christ, one of those days. But yes, we'll do a Dash After Dark stream. All right. So last thing here, what else do we say? It's 3:33. We got some time left. What's going on in the world, folks? What's going on in the world? We got I'm just gonna check the news. I thought I remember reading something I wanted to talk to you all about. How's everyone doing out there? Everyone good? Um, okay. All right. The war on drugs was dying. Then came the gunboats. Chernobyl protective. All right. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's fun. Oh, I didn't read about that. This is kind of a fun note here. By the way, in your groove, are you a scientist or are you do you know a lot about science and stuff? Since I don't have Matt Saigai here, and you seem to know a bit about it. If you're not, that's okay. I'm just curious because this looks interesting to me. So this is bizarre. Hey, I got you. I got you, Mayflower Kid. It's okay. I got ADHD too, Mayflower Kid. Um, it's funny, Mayflower Kid. Now, no offense to you, Mayflower Kid. I could kind of tell you had ADHD because I was a teacher, and all the comments you're making and stuff. I'm like, okay, yeah, she's just kind of expressing her ADHD, or his, or whatever. I'm not sure what your gender is. I get it. Uh, Luke. Oh yeah, Luke too. I forgot that you were here, Luke. Luke, I know you're. Uh, Luke, are you like, so here's what the article I'm reading here. Chernobyl protective shield can no longer confine radiation after drone strike. Isn't that fun, folks? I know that this isn't that big of an issue because the radiation. Gotcha, in your groove. Okay, well, fantastic. See, in your groove, I need you here. Like, can you just come live in my house with me because I need someone to help me with the computer shit. Okay, I'm just kidding. Um, Here I am. Here I am breaking. I'm being parasocial with all of you. Dolly Boy, trans women will not be allowed to attend labor women's conference events. Don't you love? Okay, you know what? I'm going to go on a rant here. What is going on? Like, honestly, I'm curious. I don't know enough about this. Why is there such a? Why is there such? Why are there so many of those horrific trans exclusionary feminists over in the UK? Why specifically is that in the UK? Like, what is going on? What? So why are there? I'm curious. I'm literally curious. I've tried to figure this out. Does anyone know? Okay, so for those who don't know, uh, what are they called? TERFs. There are okay, fair, Dolly Boy. There's a group of women in the UK called TERFs, and it stands for Trans Exclusionary. Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. Weird Marvel's Blob. Yeah, a lot about like what. So for those who don't know, there's a group. Okay, again, there's a group of women over in the UK. They're called TERFs. All right, there means trans exclusionary radical feminists, and they are some of the most vitriolic anti-trans monsters I have ever had the displeasure of hearing speak or say. Um, oh my God, Doug, really? Nigel Farage said making gas chambers jokes to Jew. Oh my God. Okay. Um, and yeah, that's fair, weird amorphous blob. Okay, that makes sense because it's weird because we don't. Hey, trust me, it's not like America is great for trans people, but uh, it might be Sir Bartholomew, but like we don't have. Shockingly, we don't. I don't think we have like as big of an issue with turfs, unless I could be wrong about that. The should be for reactionary. Yeah, okay, but it's so weird. Like especially people like you know her name, J.K. Rowling, and things like that um, like the weird trans exclusionary radical feminism. By the way, in my opinion, it is not the same. There's not the same as feminism, in my opinion. Okay, it's not. Maybe I'm being no true Scotsman fallacy here, but like it's not real feminism. It's just kind of like a hateful ideology that kind of hides itself underneath feminism, right? Hello, Cheese Soup. Oh, hello, welcome, Cheese Soup. Have you been here this whole time, Cheese Soup? Um, Yeah, TERFs are a problem here too. I recently called one out. She was talking about how bi men are just secretly gay. Oh my God, it's so stupid. Guys, can I just say, don't we all wish we were bi? Like, yeah, feminism is about equality for all genders. Like that is the baseline. Now there are different schools of feminism, but like the baseline here, equality for all genders. Um, like, okay, first of all, can we all just admit that we all want to be bi? Like, who doesn't want to be bi? Like that you get to be attracted to everyone, right? Doesn't matter, right? I mean, come on, guys. Bi is like the best category to be in. And there are, by the way, there's some weird people in the gay community too who don't like bi people for some reason or think that I don't know. Regardless, I didn't hear about Nigel Farage. They no, but hey, I'm saying though, just think about it, Doug. Right now, please work with me here. God, these conversations I've been having with you guys the last few days. Uh, so no thanks, CR. Okay, okay, fine, fine. But like, just think about it. But like, if it would give you a bigger, a lot more options, right? Yeah. Thank you, outer signal. You're an angel. Outer signal phrase this great. You get to enjoy everything on the buffet. Right. Okay. I know that sounds, whatever. We could quibble about language, but like, who doesn't want to be bi? Who anyway? Okay. Moving on. Thank you. Yeah, Victoria, exactly. But it's weird also, Victoria, how like there are different people in the LGBT community who view bi people. I understand. Okay. Okay. I do get that, Victoria. Okay. I've tried some of those options. Oh, hey, good for you. Okay. In that case, Doug, fair. Okay. Anyway, okay, I'll shut up now. Regardless, the trans exclusionary radical feminists make me want to lose my mind. Let's just put it that way. I don't understand this vitriolic hate for trans people in the UK. And by the way, it has nothing to do with like the UK, as in it's not like people in the UK are fundamentally bad or something like that. I'm just saying. I don't. It's something I need to look into. Okay, Trump failed. No, wait, what are you referring to? No, I know. Okay, I know what Pan. Trust me, I know Pan is like attracted to everything, um, or whatever. Like bi is attracted to male and female. Exactly, Cheese Soup. Cheese Soup, when did you get here? You just like slip into chat and then you don't say hi, and it hurts my feelings because then you suddenly appear, Cheese Soup, and it makes me hungry. And then I'm like, I didn't know Cheese Soup was here the whole time. Okay, I don't know why I'm just ranting. Anyway, uh, okay, I'm on my rant here. So anyway, it's just curious to me. So what happened with Nigel Farage? One of you made a comment about Nigel Farage. Um, yeah, no, you're right, and I should be more clear about that. Like, so I kind of. By the way, folks, I'm kind of like. Oh, dry. No, that is true, Doug. A lot of men are assholes, and that's not to say that all men are. I'm just saying. Well, okay. Um, oh no, I know Mithril. It was something I'm interested in historically, like why specifically the UK is there the turf phenomenon as much. I mean, I know it's spreading to the US, but it's just weird to me because I'm used to the bigotry in the US, right? And so it's weird to me that that's like one area. Okay. Oh, got you, Doug. Okay. Um. Uh. all this conversation about yeah, Doug, but I don't Doug, that's what I'm asking. Did it come from the US? Did it come from the US or um like I don't know. Maybe it did. But that doesn't mean that uh okay. I know outer signal, forgive me. I don't know. Okay. But there are a lot of men are assholes. But guys, I got to be honest with you. There's a lot of women who are assholes. I'm not again, I'm just saying I'm not straight. I only ever maybe when I was in high school I tried to date a girl. I wasn't actually it was a beard situation and I feel bad about it. Regardless, my point is I don't know, regardless, women can be assholes too. I just want to put that I want to point that out. But yes, I have noticed a lot of I mean a lot of men are assholes because they're human beings, but anyway. Um okay, everyone thank you cheese soup. Everyone sucks equally. Everyone is terrible equally. Okay. There you go, Toy Toy. You should meet mine. Um, okay. Uh, that's fair. I just don't know enough about it. Like, I got to look more into it. Um, yeah, that's a good point. Weird amorphous blob. I do know there's a lot of English folks who are Islamophobic, etc. And guys, is this? I know. I'm sorry. I know I'm on a. I don't know why I've been ranting the last couple days. I hope you don't mind. Is it just me, or is like here's another critique I have of the gay community. Uh, hello, Soak. Hello, SoCal. Welcome. Um, yeah. So, do we think Outer Signal? It might be because she's just so wealthy, and so she's funding a lot of it. Okay. So this might sound bad, and you guys can. Um, yeah, I know, Dolly Boy. So I have found a lot of gay men. I feel so bad saying this. Think that they're okay. So I don't often go on social media. I just don't. I just don't. I can't stomach it. But when I do, this is G Soup. Don't you dare. So this is a biased perspective. This is only from what I've seen on social media. I have found a lot of gay people that are like screaming about how gay people are going to be targeted by the Trump administration and how like they're all going to be put into camps um and things like that. Okay. Now, am I saying Dolly Boy, don't you dare Dolly Boy. Okay. Am I am I saying that there isn't a threat towards everyone in the LGBT community? I am not at all. Okay. What I am saying though is that I don't think a lot of gay people understand who the targets are right now, right? Like uh are gay people really the under major threat right now in the United States, or is it trans people that are like the big target? The big target. And yet a lot of gay people are like doing defense for an issue that I personally have not heard much hatred or I've not heard much there's been like some talk about like getting rid of marriage equality, which is bad, and there's a lot of other things that are bad, but like it annoys me how a lot of gay people are not fighting for other groups. Uh, do you see what I mean? Like, um, like it's actually physically affecting trans people. I have not been much affected by this. I have not been much affected by the Trump administration. I got to tell you, at least not for being gay, especially for being a white man and being gay. Um, I have Jonas, I have, but it's like, incidentally, I have been affected by it because I'm anti the Trump administration. Okay, it sounds bad because there is a threat, right? Anytime you have a fascist regime, any group can end up being sort of targeted. I have not seen as much of a targeting of gay people. And that's not to say it isn't there. There's still a lot of hatred for gay people. We're still a marginalized group. But especially if you're a white gay person, I'd have not feel that terribly threatened. And it just annoys me how there's this focus on screaming about, at least on social media, amongst especially white gay men, about themselves as big victims when uh, what do you mean? Like, why aren't you talking about the trans people who are literally, um, yeah, exactly, Victoria. And it's almost always these wealthier gay folks who think, guys, honestly, I think impoverished people are a bigger target right now than gay people. I mean, if you're impoverished and you're gay, then you're a target, right? But if you're a wealthy gay person, you ain't got much to worry about, especially if you're white. Right? You ain't got much to worry about. I'm sorry. I feel bad saying that partially because gay people are still a marginalized minority. Trust me, I've experienced it. There is one war and it's class war, right, Doug? I think the class war thing is more important, but there is more than just the class war, though. There is a war against trans people, and now it is a distraction from the class war, as in like it kind of is used. It's a way of scapegoating, but it is a thing that is happening, right? I just okay. Um, all right. It just annoys me how like the LGBTQ thing. Okay. Um, Yeah, no, there you go, Outer Signal. I honestly believe you. So, like, yeah, oh, Weirdomorphous Blob. Weirdomorphous Blob, like, I swear you're my spirit animal, Weirdomorphous Blob. Okay, gay people have been shown themselves to be able to be weaponized against trans people, and the same purpose is served regardless. I think it's why the focus hasn't been much put on them. Yeah, because I don't know. I just the whole point of the acronym, LGBTQ IA plus, however you want to kind of frame that, is as a coalition that you protect each other because we're a small minority, but we don't, right? Like, and it's not like an attack on trans people is not necessarily the same as an attack on gay people. And if you think it is, then you're going to ignore the attack on the trans people who we're supposed to be defending in coalition. Okay. I'm sorry. I'll shut up now, but you get my idea. Yeah, no, and you're right. And I don't want to downplay that cheese soup. Like they do, like they think being gay is evil. They think gay people, but like there's not much being legislated. Uh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. That's it's called intersectionality. Absolutely. Toya, toya, toya. Unfortunately, I don't know if you guys know the phrase intersectionality. It has been massively demonized in America because it's considered woke. Woke. It is very useful though, and for like certain forms of analysis, Victoria. But yeah, you're totally right. But anyway, it's just another little thing I had to rant about. I don't know why, but like the last couple of days, I've been looking at social media, and might be why I've been sort of I've been spouting this stuff because I got a lot of gay people on my social media. Um, there you go. Hey, there you go, Outer Signal. Why not? Um, there you go. You're right, Cheese Soup. The media is disproportionately homophobic, but even there's Cheese Soup. Like you don't get much like, and I watch a lot of mainstream media. You don't get much homophobia there unless you're watching a right wing outlet. Uh, and then you do get a lot, but, like, it's not as prevalent. Like, for example, Islamophobia or transphobia is everywhere. Mainstream media, alternative media, the internet. You go there, you will see it. You will hear on people on CNN framing trans issues like, okay, in bad ways. Like you don't see as much with homophobia. It is still an issue. Again, I'm not saying it's not an issue, folks. I cannot. I still occasionally, if I were to walk down the street holding up my I don't know boyfriend's hand or whatever, I would still get people making comments. It's not a good thing, but I wish there was a better sense of coalition. Um. Okay. Okay. I'll shut up now. I'm done. Um. All right. Uh, okay, guys, forgive me for my little rant there. I just had to say it. What else we got here? Okay. Oh, I know, Dolly Boy. Like even the phrase transgender ideology, which, by the way, Dolly Boy, like mainstream news sources will use that word. They're using the framing. They're using the framing. Thank you, Doug. I apologize too much, Doug. Here, okay. Mayflower Kid, we appreciate the effort. Good job. Okay, A plus. As a teacher, I give you an A plus, Mayflower Kid. Um, anyway, it's gross and it's weird to me. I don't understand it. Um, okay. My trans ideology breasts are a lie, right? Right. Okay. Oh my God. I love it. Weird amorphous blob, forgive me. Would you remind me what your pronouns are? Because I was gonna make a joke, but it would not be funny if I got your pronouns wrong. Okay. Anyway, okay. There you go. Okay. Right. Yeah. The fact you're a woman, weird amorphous blob, is an ideology. I just don't okay. All right. Anyway, I love that. It's hilarious. Okay. Uncle Twinks Benedict Hardnold Gay. Drumfield, I love you. You're for funny. Okay. All right. So that's anyway, just a thing I had. Yeah, her speaking fee has drastically increased. Is this who is this? Who are we talking about? Was this one of these trans conservative folks? Um okay. Riley Gaines. Who is Riley Gaines? I'm gonna look this oh God, folks. Am I going down a rabbit hole? Riley Gaines. Oh, she looks familiar. Who is this lady? Is she is she one of the ones that's been screaming about I gotta find oh my goodness. Okay, guys, let's go down this rabbit hole. Yeah, guys, this is what I mean. This is why one of the reasons I started doing this is because I needed to learn from everyone out there. You may think I'm teaching you, but you're also teaching me. I have avoided social media and shit for a long time. I just don't go on there very often. I don't really know what's going on in some of the and I should. Um, and like I don't know much about these people, but you guys do. So I'm glad. All right. Uh, okay. Who? Let me read about this woman. Don't go down an ice hole. There you go, Mayfly. Uh, is a conservative political activist campaigning against the participation of trans women in women's sports. And again, but like, who cares? I've said this before, guys. Sports are fun. I get it. Like, enjoy sports as much as you want. By the way, Ohio State crushed Michigan. I'm very happy about it. Okay, I'm an Ohio State fan. I got to confess, I'm not into sports, but the one team I'll cheer for, the Ohio State Buckeyes, and we fucking crushed Michigan. They can go burn in hell. Regardless, like, who cares? Why do you care? Why does anyone care about all right. Um, yeah, please do recommend that video, Doug. Yeah, I have, Hiyori. I have seen that one, weirdly enough. This is why it's like all a distraction, right? Let's complain about trans people in sports or whatever. Um, okay, see you, Dolly Boy. Thank you for being around here. Thank you for being. Thank you. Yeah, I'll see you later, Dolly Boy. See you after dark. Um, all right. Okay. Is an issue so insane because like if you bother with a dialect, there isn't even an issue. Yeah, like there's actual concrete metrics you can measure to see if there's an unfair advantage, but there's so much variation. Exact. Oh, I know. Weird Amorphous Blob. Um, No, you're right in your group. They did. They care because their leaders told them to. And it's all a distraction. It's all like a classic, oh, the Jews are controlling the banks and everything. That's why you're suffering. Like but it's exhausting to me. Like the identity politics shit is so exhausting. I get so bored of it. And so it makes it hard to combat it because it's so exhausting. And like for you guys out there, who I know most of you, like you think this stuff is insane and stupid. It's exhausting, isn't it? It's like it's a non-issue to us. So then we're constantly made to view it as an issue, and it's so exhausting because it's like debating whether like grass is green. Like, and I know grass can't. I know one of you smart asses out there is going to be like, well, grass can sometimes be, brown. Okay, you know what I mean. Okay, it's like having to debate over and over again if like grass is green or like if the sky is blue. It's so tiring. And it's stupid. It's so stupid. Um, okay. Um, so that's literally her whole thing is she advocates against the inclusion of transgender women in sports. Oh, I know, Luke. I know. And like that's the whole thing. It's all a distraction, right? Yeah. Oh my God, I know. And guys, how many Muslims are in the world now? Here's another thing. I made a mistake. I told you guys I started going into social media. Remember how like I went into Twitter yesterday and I was shocked by the things I saw. So like after that stream, maybe this is why I'm tired. Okay, I know I can be a bit obsessive. I like stayed up pretty late looking at Twitter. And it was a mistake. Okay, I was on Twitter for hours. I know. I went into a rabbit hole. Maybe that's the reason my brain has been fuzzy today because I didn't get much sleep last night because I was spending so much time going on Twitter. And Jesus Christ, like as someone who doesn't go on there often, it is so much rage bait on there, and then I couldn't contain the rage bait. Um, how many Muslims are in the world? How many Muslims in the world? Um, 2 billion. All right. Oh my God. Of course, it's 1/4 of the global population. So, that's fascinating. I would actually like to read something about that. Where's Bob? Okay. Good, Luke. You shouldn't be. That's good. Okay. I made that mistake last night. I find it kind of pollutes my thoughts and makes it harder for me to think clearly if I do go on places sites like that, but okay. Um, so the obsession with, uh, Muslim people who are 2 billion, like an unimaginably large number, and then you classify 2 billion people as all being the same. I don't okay. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, I get it. I get the, like, psychology behind it. and the need to like scapegoat people and shit, for the sake of the state and for the sake of conservatism, for sake of distracting people, and for the sake of oil extraction and for the sake of murdering people overseas, just because you got to dehumanize, you got to do all that shit apparently. But I can, all right, and all right. Thank you, Luke. Othering. It's such a waste of time. Like, it feels like such a waste of time. There are things that we can talk about that are important. Why do we have to waste time debating whether like 2 billion people are all a monolith and they're all terrorists and they're all violent? Like, you see what I mean? It is so stupid and it's a waste of time. We got bigger fish to fry. We got bigger fish to fry. Am I gonna? Okay. Um, all right. And by the way, everyone falls for othering. I fall for othering. I other, the elites, like other conservatives. We all do it. But like, I'm okay. Uh, Trump failed. We don't want Sharia law, says every Christian nationalist. Yeah, they don't even know what Sharia law is. It's interpreted different ways, in different places. Okay. Um. Okay. Let me see here. What else we got? No, you're right. No, and that's the thing. Oh my God, I want shawarma. Don't even get me started, cheapsies. I was actually considering yesterday. I almost ordered shawarma for lunch because there's a great Egyptian restaurant that I think it's Egyptian that does shawarma. Um, they also do they do a really good hummus and shit too. Maybe it's not Egyptian. I can't really remember. Food Hamadi is what it's called. But anyway, and I shawarma sounds great. I don't want religious law here either. I don't want religious law anywhere, right? I don't want like I don't think, and I get, there are places where there's religious law, but like it's not okay. Uh, uh, I also point out something out about the obsession with the claim that Muslims are sexist or whatever, misogynistic. It's funny because if you look at like parliaments, like Muslim parliamentary democracies, countries that are Muslim majority that have parliamentary democracies, most of them, have more women in their legislatures than America has ever had. Um, in their legislatures. Okay. So anyway, so this demonizing of trans people, this demonizing of Muslims, this demonizing of this or that makes me want to lose my goddamn mind, and it's a waste of time. Okay, forgive me. Yeah, like banning litter. Hello, Asher. How you doing, Asher? Um, Retro Asher is the name here. Hello, Retro Asher. Okay. So wait, is this who I think it is? Is this who I think it is? At Retro Asher. I know I'm not. I'm using the name that's on the screen. I know that's not the name you may prefer, but is that who I think it is? Um, okay. So yeah, and the like, oh my God, guys, when I was teaching, there would be parents who would ask to go into the school bathrooms to make sure we didn't have litter boxes in the bathrooms. Like, I'm not even joking. And I had one principal I had who I really respected, one of my favorite principals, literally couldn't help herself, and she started laughing in the face of this parent. She literally laughed out loud and then kind of had to contain herself and said, "No, I'm sorry. You can't go into the bathroom to check if we have litter boxes. That's kind of weird. Okay. You can use the bathroom on your way out. So, but anyway. Um, all right. Oh, okay. I'm calm now. I'm calm now. Uh, okay. Retro. Were you a former student of mine? I guess that's what I'm asking. Were you a former student of mine, Retro? Uh, if not, it's okay, Retro. I'm just curious. Your name reminds me of a former student of mine. That's why I'm asking. Um, all right. So yeah, there's a million different like interpretations of Sharia and things like that. Okay. Can I also real fast, folks? So while I'm ranting here, Yeah, I think you're all secretly you might be Cheese Soup. You might be a former student of mine, Cheese Soup. I don't know, right? Um, okay, I could be. I'm Asher. I'm probably wrong. Then never mind. I had a student who was named Asher. Okay, just curious. And from how you entered chat, you sounded like that student. Forgive me. Are you new? Have you been around here, Asher? Have you been in my streams before? Um, I'm bizarrely probing of people who are in the chat, so forgive me, Ash. You don't have to answer any of my questions. Okay, so Cheese Soup. Uh, or I'm sorry, let me look this up. That is true. In the kitchen, it is bad for public health, right? Let me show you something else. Um, the Ten Commandments, right? Okay. If you want to talk about Sharia law, I'm not really talking about Sharia law. Just a little note here on the Ten Commandments. Um, uh, what was I going to say here? Okay. Um, the thing from Hamilton, the Ten Commandments. Okay. Oh, I got you, Retro. Welcome to chat here, Retro Asher. Good to have you around. Forgive me for misidentifying you. I'm glad to have you here. All right. So then the Ten Commandments, right? I just wanted to point something out here. We like to think that Muslims are like, these horribly misogynistic people. All right. Well, okay. Uh, all right. So I don't know if you remember this part here. You know what I always thought was funny about this? Um, oh my God, Mithril. I wish we could. We need to. That's not 10. Oh, these are so these are the lines here, Soup. These are like the verses, I think, because in the Bible they're verses. So okay, I just wanted to read to you all the let's talk about Christianity versus Judaism and Judaism. And let me just point something out here, folks. I said this before. You all know I'm an atheist. Okay, I don't believe in this stuff, but but I want you to know, like, you can believe whatever you want. Please don't take this as an attack on your religion. I'm simply pointing out a contradiction here. I'm an anthropologist. I know the importance of religion in people's lives. Please don't think I'm going after your religion. Okay, I respect what you believe. Moving on. So it says here. Hello, Raccoon Boyu. Oh, good. The ritual worked, Raccoon Boyu. I thought we didn't light the candles correctly, and you wouldn't appear. All right. So we have let's look at this. I just really wanted to quickly look at this commandment. I'm not sure which number it is. I think this is the 10th commandment. The 10th commandment says as follows. Yeah. Oh, absolutely, Hiyori. It is like totally. So it says here, you shall not covet your neighbor's house. Okay, fine. Now, first of all, well, I'll get into this. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or his male or female servant, or his ox or his donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. Now, all right. On the face of it, first of all, it's a bit weird just because that's kind of like so wait, God doesn't want you to even feel coveting, like you're not even allowed to covet without taking action. Like, I covet every day. I mean, Jesus Christ. When Cheese Soup comes in here and makes a joke that I can't match, I'm covetous towards Cheese Soup. I'm like, I wish I was that funny. Okay, I think that's just like a normal thing, right? Like yesterday, Cheese Soup made a joke about, or was it Cheese Soup? Yeah, it was. Cheese Soup made a joke about like filling Charlie Kirk's chair with like a blow up doll, which is hilarious to me, right? Or I wish I had like Sir Bartholomew's badassery. Okay, whatever it may be, like, is it really wrong to covet as long as you're not like doing something about it? Like, I'm not abducting Cheese Soup and then forcing him, her, they, whatever to make jokes for me. You see what I mean? Okay. I'm sorry, this is bizarrely specific. Please forgive me and don't have nightmares about me coming to find you. Okay. So so that's weird, first of all, the idea that coveting is bad. But the weird thing here, especially in this verse, is how they lay out this sentence. And I used to teach English. This obviously wasn't originally written in English, but the meaning is pretty good. I am Chisu. Okay. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife. Okay, well, right, whatever. Why is it that it then goes on to say, or his exactly, Mayflower Kid, or his male or female servant, or his ox or his donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. So I guess according to the Old Testament, a wife is in the same line of thinking as a male or female servant, an ox or a donkey, or something that belongs to your neighbor. What is a wife? A wife is your property, right? A wife is property that can be lumped together with your chattel, your the was said here, oxes, donkeys, servants. A wife is just like one of those things. Okay. Um, like it is pretty explicit, is it not? Um, right. Thank you, Retro. I know, right? I'm a bit ironic in that way. Okay. Do we see how that's a bit of a like that is just one example of like the obvious, pretty obvious misogyny. Like, oh yeah, yeah, you shouldn't covet anything. Don't covet this object or that object. And by the way, your wife is one of those objects. Okay. Even if we ignore the fact that like jealousy, like, come on, who doesn't get jealous, right? I mean, this is kind of a separate thing, but like, you get jealous, right? You drive down the street and you see someone walking out of a pizza parlor with a nice slice of pizza. You're like, oh, I wish I had that piece of pizza. Anyway, okay. So just a note there. Even in the 10 Commandments, which are, like, super important, uh right, exactly, Raccoon Boyo, it's also specific, it's like, well, what about men, right? What if your neighbor is a sexy man? And can we covet the neighbor's husband? Okay, like, can we covet the? Because hey, well, I guess technically that means I'm not a sinner, right? Because, I'm covered okay, no, I'm not gonna say that. Um, okay, is it a sin to steal from your neighbor whose wife, you're cheating with before killing him because you're jealous on a Saturday, lie to the police about it, and then go home and punch your parents? Is it in the face, to apologize to multiple gods of metal while taking the lure? Yeah, that's good, Jonas. Okay, okay, so Trump failed. Uh, okay, thank you, Doug, I'll take a look at that. Who was it that said here? I heard Trump failed. I wouldn't say super peaceful. So Trump failed. I see what you're saying. Yeah, we could talk about like, and for anyone who's here, Muslims here, I'm talking historically. Obviously, viewed the way. Yeah, early Islam was violent. There were conquests involved, but that is a human issue. It isn't really. It isn't like an Islam issue. You see what I mean? Like Christianity, super violent, but like anyone can really interpret a religion in any way they want to. You could view you could look at Christianity and take away from it peace, love, caring for your neighbor. You can look at Christianity and think, let's go kill all the heathens. You can kind of invent what you want out of the ideology. And the same is true for Islam. But I have found that like the vast majority of Muslims, it's peace, right? It's peace. It's about peace. Raccoon Boyo, it is not an exaggeration. One of my friends back in Boston was a lesbian Muslim who wore a head covering. So I know exactly, Raccoon Boyo, what that is. Okay. Uh, okay. Anyway, um, one of my we did some funny things together too. Anyway, so you see what I mean? Like, we could, yeah, early Islam, but that doesn't mean that like a Muslim is like is like Islam is fundamentally violent. Do you see what I mean? Like every religion has these sort of violent periods. Okay. Uh, yeah, yeah. There you go. I agree with Outer Signal, and I know what you're saying, Trump failed. We were saying like, but like, yeah, Abraham, Outer Signal. We could talk even about some of the other things in there. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done with my rant about Islam. Ooh, Arma 3 is fun, Raccoon Boy. Okay, all right. So, okay, all right, guys. Yeah, no, and Jonas, if you were to ask, uh, what's funny, Jonas, is when I was in college, I took a class called "Women in the Developing World." Okay, it was a really good class, although it was kind of funny because there were some males in there who were not happy to be in there, which I thought was hilarious because they were training to be anthropologists and then they're upset that they had to. Anyway, um, okay, Okay. Um, I know, right, G Soup. So, and I was in this class called Women. I know, G Soup. You're right. Women in the Developing World. That's actually true, G Soup. And one of our assignments is that we had to we basically went to a meeting of a local. There were like a bunch of Muslim organizations on campus, and we went there, and we actually talked to the women there about why they wore the hijab. Um, and uh, these, and all of them. By the way, we didn't talk to them in a group. We kind of interviewed them separately, so it wasn't like there were pressure going on, and it was very clear that they wore it out of respect for God. Not all of them even wore it, right? And some of them chose to wear it, some of them chose not to wear it. None of them were being pressured. None of them were being pressured by like some oppressive outside force. They had chosen this as an aspect of the religion to show obedience to God, as a way of and things like that. It had nothing to do with some sort of male imposition. And this is the difference, folks, between an emic and an etic perspective, right? Like we could yeah, sometimes it is an oppressive thing. Like there are scenarios where some women may feel forced to do it. By the way, it's the same thing in Christianity, but for most Muslim women, they do it because it's part of their belief system. It is not because they're being forced to do it. All right. Anyway, yeah, right. Okay, I know my ramble is okay. All right. So I also think it's funny if anyone ever I can't really talk about this on stream. I'm gonna put my face back up. If anyone has ever heard of F FGM, I don't know if I can say it on stream. Mutilation of certain body parts amongst women. Um I don't really want to say it. Oh, really? Thank you, Retro Asher. I will fix that. Thank you for pointing that out. Yes, please join our Discord, Retro Asher. And by the way, anyone else is watching, please join us. So we have a great community over on there, okay? Um, anyway, so if you know what I'm talking about, genital okay. All right, Mayflower Kid. There was for a long time, people had this idea that practice was a Muslim. Yes, okay, it was a Muslim thing, even though it has nothing to do with religion. Okay, it is a cultural thing. Sometimes Muslims practice it, but many Christians practice it too. And there's a reason why it isn't practiced like all across the Muslim world. It's because it's confined to Northern Africa. You're right, Chisu, okay, which there are lots of, I will say. Because it is a cultural practice that's local to certain areas in Africa, and it doesn't have anything to do with Islam or Christianity, although sometimes it gets mixed up with that. I have not, Jonas. I do love Reza Aslan, though. I actually got to meet him in person. I didn't get to talk to him. I got to. No, you know what, Louise? I actually agree with you. I do think it should be illegal. But my point here is, though, we shouldn't demonize it because there is a lot of cases where that is something that's forced on people, like to the point where I can't excuse it. Even if there's some people who choose it, I just can't excuse it. It's so bad for the health of women. But yeah, I agree. Okay, no, I agree, Louise. I'm just making the point here that like it has nothing to do with Islam. Okay. Uh, Is that okay, Raccoon Boyo? That is fair. Okay, that is very fair. I did not look at that as, and I will say there are places where there is a lot more pressure on women to do this. The women I met were in America, so they probably have a bit more. They weren't living with their families or anything, so they made that choice. So that is a fair. I had kind of a biased perspective in that. Okay. Um, okay. Uh, yeah, no, Mithril. I again, folks, you have to understand. Yeah, there are Muslims who are pretty strict, who are very, um, uh, of course, Weirdemorph's blob, like who are very oppressive, just like in Christianity, right? Like there will be women, and I'm talking about Islam overall. I'm just saying, don't generalize. Um, no, no, no. I'm glad you do. Don't overgeneralize. Women are abused in a lot of Islamic countries, but it's not necessarily linked directly to Islam. That it's not fundamental to Islam. If you know what I mean. Um, uh, right. Yeah, there you go, Hiyori, okay, anyway, um, by the way, there's, like, when I went to a Catholic school, and all the girls were expected to dress in a certain way. Now, the boys were too, but it was a bit stricter for the girls. 'Kay. Alright. Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. No, Mithril, forgive me. I know. I'm like, I get hyper, concerned. I try to be nuanced. Um, you're completely right, Mithril. I'm just saying, like, I wanted to make sure I wasn't giving the impression because I do care about oppression. I'm not trying to give the impression, yeah, Mithril, yeah, we totally know you. I just don't wanna give the impression I am downplaying the fact that there is actual oppression. So I'm kinda glad you brought it up, Mithril, because there is. But not I'm just saying, like, in a general sense, we can't, um of course they do, Raccoon Boy, of course they do. Yeah, folks, I know I sometimes, like, I argue with I kind of made a comment after what Mithril said. I know all of you. I know you're not like, I know your intentions behind what you say. I hope you know that. I don't mean to come across as thinking you're Islamophobic or anything. Like Mithril Islamophobic? Are you kidding me? Um, but I thought you brought up a good point, Mithril. I shouldn't like, and I made me think to myself like, oh, I shouldn't be generalizing. All right, you guys. Okay, okay, maybe Jisoo. I think 4 inches since the stream. What 4 inches? Oh, what's 4 inches? What about 4 inches? All right, you guys. Um, there you go. That's that. How was Poppy Revolt's birthday dinner? It was very good. We had a great time. Unfortunately, my sister was sick, so it was a very small group. She couldn't come over. She was very sick. Um, what do you got? What do you got? You all? What are you all ranting about? What's going on here? We got Antifa or Doug saying some random ass shit. Like for it, what are you referring to, Doug? Jesus Christ. Okay, we're not talking about that part of Trump's body. If you're referring to 4 inches, what do you mean? Like, what are we talking about? And then you went on, and then Doug said, "How was Papa Revolt?" Like, what are we like? We're getting off track here. What is this like? Um, okay. Um, okay. Yeah, no, exactly where it was. Okay. Dephalia being fatal. What's Dephalia? I don't know what that is. Okay, I'll look it up, Raccoon. Forgive me. I should have read that first. Fourth is generous. Okay, guys. I won't look it up. I won't look it up. I won't look up. I won't look it up. I won't look it up on stream. Well, I'll look it up on stream. I just won't show it. I'm gonna look it up now, but I'm not gonna show it on stream. I probably shouldn't have said it on stream. Uh, oh, I got you. Okay. Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, I don't know. Is it unfortunate? I guess it depends. Um, all right, you guys. Uh, okay. I mean, hey, I'm just um, okay. Okay, guys. Feed me, feed me, teacher. Do you want SoCal? Are you trying to get me to leave stream? Is that what you're trying to do? What is going on here? You all are losing your minds. I thought I lost my mind. Okay, Victoria, you know I'm gonna look. You know I'm gonna look. Okay, fine. I'll look that up too. Whatever. I'm staying on. I've been on longer than I normally do, but I don't give a shit. I'm having fun. We're gonna do an after dark stream later, by the way, folks. Let me quickly look up what Victoria's saying. Uh, I'm afraid not, cheese soup. I'm afraid not. Okay. How about we have a cheese soup stream over on Discord? How about we do that? Okay. I'm gonna segregate you over to Discord, cheese soup. Okay. Ba-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-da-ba. By the way, folks, if I missed anyone's comments that were censored over on Twitch, forgive me. Cheese soup. I'm just messing with you. You know I'm messing with you. Um, Is it just fruit? Like, is it literally just fruit? Actually, I gotta find it. Okay, let me look this up. I hope you know I'm messing with you, cheese soup. I hope you don't actually think I'm patronizing you. Okay. Um, what is this? Oh, they literally are just fruits. Yeah, they're a good-looking fruit. Oh, I see. Okay, I'll try that one instead. They're a lovely looking fruit. I'll look this one up instead. Hmm. Paste. Ba-ba-da-ba. Oh. Oh, okay. I did not need to see that. Thank you though, Victoria. That was great. Thank you. Thank you. Always love Victoria's contributions to the stream. Thank you. Oh, dear God, I'm gonna have a nightmare. Thank you, Victoria. Love that. Love that for me. Love that for me. Okay, guys. Well, soups can't handle money very well. Cheese soup. You know I love you, cheese soup. Okay. That don't Hiyori, just don't even um I actually can handle the sexual stuff more because, like, the diphthelia thing, that's like, okay, it's a medical, um, uh, you see what I mean? Like, but like, okay, I guess this is medical too, but it's just kind of gross to look at. I don't need to see that shit. Okay. Cheese soup, something's going over my head. I don't know. What are you referring to, cheese soup? Okay, guys. So I'm putting it in my face now. Oh my God, don't even start with me. Weird Amorphous Blob. All right, guys, I've lost my mind. I'm like not even streaming. I'm just kind of rambling incoherently at this point. Uh, I think chat is, and then I'm kind of falling into chat's habits here. Um, okay. Uh, making him look up blue. You know what you're doing, Doug. Now, Doug, I was a teacher, so there would be students talking about certain things, and I know what blue waffles is, okay? First of all, it's not a real thing, all right? But it's just gross, all right? Yeah, chat is high today, outer signal. It kind of makes me jealous. Um, there you go, okay? All right, we lost I think we have outer signal. I think it started, I don't know, was it cheese soup that started it? No, it wasn't. I'm sorry. See, I don't know. I'm scapegoating cheese soup today. Um, don't look it up, Mayflower Kid, okay? Okay. These are wild accusations. What we got in the air today, I don't know, SoCal, whatever. Earlier today, like I'm tired. I looked at too much Twitter last night. I know, forgive me, cheese soup. I'm scapegoating soups today. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna do a Jester After Dark stream later tonight. Jester After Dark stream later tonight. I'll probably be between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. is when I'll start. I am losing it. We broke him. I'm broken. Okay. And okay, you know what? I'm not gonna question anything. Yeah, it will imprint on your brain, right? Outer signal. Okay, and um, I'll do Jeff Starting. We know. So please join us in that. Those are only over on Twitch. Okay. Those are only over on Twitch because we talk about things and we listen to music that I really can't do or talk about on YouTube. So we'll do that over there. Hopefully I'll take a nap before then because I'm so tired. And we will, then the next quiz we have, I won't mess up so much. So that's good. And is that everything? If you're watching and you like what you see, please join our Discord channel. The link beneath the video description works. Please go. You can use that, and you'll be able to join our Discord. We have a fast-growing community on there. A lot of great people. One of the best communities I've ever been in. This was a great Saturday, folks. And by the way, I kind of say I love all. You're all the best. Okay, I love this community. It's so great. I know this sounds like what is it, like patriarchal or whatever, or patronizing. I don't know what word you want to use, but you're also funny. Jesus Christ, you keep me sane. I love Hiyori, who's one of our newer folks. Not newer, but we got Mayflower Kid becoming an original now. We got Raccoon Boy, definitely an original. Yeah, Free Palestine. There you go, Hiyori. I'm sorry. Let me just call out everyone real fast before I leave. SoCal. We always love SoCal. SoCal's been here for months upon months. Outer Signal also been here a long time. I still got to talk about Outer Signal stuff on stream sometime, the Nigeria stuff, and show people. And I still need to get back. We'll get to the Outer Signal. Outer Signal also a content creator. We got Jonas here, also an original. Mithril, also an original. So glad that the bailiff didn't come after you, Mithril. Really am glad about that. Trump failed, original. All you guys, Doug, Cheese Soup. If I don't include you, Weirdamorphous Blob. Let me just call everyone out. Everyone good here. Victoria, of course, Victoria. All right, you guys. Doug, we got okay. Everyone good. Everyone's good. All right, you guys, in your groove. All classics. All right, folks, everyone ready? Let's begin. First of all, free Palestine. Free Palestine. Second of all, never stop resisting. The easiest way to resist is to think for yourselves. The easiest way to resist is to think for yourselves. Louise is here. Forgot about Louise. Oh, and Sir Bartholomew. Thank you. Sir Bartholomew, Louise, Ike. I'm missing everyone. The time for the After Dark will be between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. is when I'll start. Okay. Raccoon Boil. Yeah, okay. I know it's hard to believe, SoCal. I've been doing this for like 5 or 6 months now, and some of you have been with me through the whole thing. I haven't been doing it for very long, so okay. All right. The easiest way to resist is to think for yourselves. The easiest way to resist is to think for yourselves, and that includes when you watch me. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. See what other people are saying. Don't get caught in an information silo because I can make mistakes. You saw it today, right? And I've made mistakes before. You all know it because we're all humans. That's fair, Doug. We're Eastern time zone, guys. Eastern time zone. So 7 p.m. Eastern time, Eastern Standard Time. Okay, to sometime between 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. We're also living in a fascist moment in this country. Fascism thrives in an environment where people have lost faith in their democratic institutions, so they turn to more radical ends of the political spectrum, and they often use scapegoating against minorities, such as Muslims, trans people, immigrants, things like that, to distract from the economic struggles of people. We need major reforms in this country. We need major reforms in this country. You cannot stand in the center. If you stand in the center, the fascists will walk all over you. Okay, we need major reforms in this country. On the wall behind me is a sword. The name of that sword is Chainbreaker. It's been passed down in my family for many years. Chainbreaker has thought to have been responsible for the death of many slave owners. That is an accurate description, Raccoon Boy. It's all corn. I have it back there to remind everyone that our ancestors made some major sacrifices for some of the things we have today, including some of the rights we have, some of the some of the rights we have, okay? Some of the liberties we've gained. We cannot let those sacrifices go to waste, folks. Please, please, please do not let those sacrifices go to waste, and always, always, always fight for a better future. And on that note, folks, Mayflower Kid, you're not too old for Discord. We have other people who are in Discord that are older folks, I guess you could say. Anyway, but you can do what you'd like, okay? And on that note, folks, you all have a good rest of your day. I will come back on. In between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. for our Jester After Dark stream. Join us there. We chat. I'll probably be drinking something. And we listen to music and we talk about funny things. It's kind of a relaxed thing. We might talk about some serious things, but it'll be relaxed. Okay. All right, guys. See you all. Love you all very much. Thank you, everyone who donated, and goodbye. Bye-bye.